Swing. I almost couldn't find the button. That's so funny. I also wasn't sure if I was live. It was like delayed or something. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. We're here now. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here. For all you Liz, Sharon, Lasheth, Jean, Christina Lee, Luna, Sonata. Luna, I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute. Last minute, Laura. Hello. Busted Can of Biscuits, Font Leroy. Nice to see you. Swing low, sweet Sam. Shall do. Hey, very good. Shelly Ray, Kimberlina, Crazy Blonde Bitch, Tater Fluff Pondu, Catacorn, Katie Cakes, hello, no one, you know, Ms. Monster, Canby, Hardy Girl, Evelyn. Nice to see you, Evelyn. Evelyn, you're always changing your avatar, aren't you? Lord have mercy. Tina B, Ashley. Ooh, Comfort 1970. You just made me remember. Oh, no, it's there. I have it. Okay. For some reason, Comfort, that message you just sent with the pink hands and the little heart thingy, it reminded me of a screenshot that I wanted to share with you all. So anyway, thank you for that. Catacorn, Ashley, where was I? I don't know. Hey, Ruby, Pianchia, Gothic. Oh, there it goes. Hey, Becca James, nice to see you. Missing Mimic, Autumn, Rainy in the Desert, whatever. Comfort 1970, there you are again. Gucci Gang Gamer Girl, Holly Big Mac. Everybody's here. That's great. I'm glad you could all be here. Let's see. Where is my did I put my thumbnail? Hold on. I want to stick it on the board real quick. If I can find it. There it is. Is Sean okay? I am truly beginning to become concerned for Sean's well-being. Not that I give a rat's ass about a Shauneth P. Curly, because I don't. I'm just saying, there are certain signs and symptoms that just cannot go ignored any longer. Hey, Honey West, nice to see you. I put this on my Twitter earlier, but I included it in my thumbnail because I feel like it's important to make sure everybody is aware of this. Look at the way Sean appeared when he was married to Trisha. Okay, and this was what? 2017, late 2017, so we might as well call it 2018. Hey, Nikki PB Knowing. Glad you could be here. So might as well call this 2018, right? This was only 2018. Trisha and Sean, their marriage ended in 2019, early 2019. And this was like summer of 2019. So you're talking like what? Within a year's time of Trisha throwing Sean out on the street and ATX taking him in on her ex-husband's dime. Look at the difference. Camby says, you are what you eat. Shelly Ray, thank you for being a member for 25 months. Sham rocks for sure. Great way to end my last hour of work listening to my other favorite creator. I'm glad we could be here with you. Thank you. Hey, Brioche. Hold on. Did we used to have an Uncle Rico member emoji? Maybe you dreamt it. No, I think we did actually, but I think I took him down. Don't worry. I'll put it back up there. Gucci Gang Gamer Girl said that whore aged him good. LOL. Sure did. Hold on, wait. I forgot to start my camera. So sorry. There I am. So you can see my face. My water's almost gone. We went to the Starbucks earlier to get drinks, just as a little treat on this hot summer day. You know those new Starbucks drinks, the ones that look and taste like a bomb pop and they have the things down in the bottom of it? Well, let me tell you what. It's supposed to be, it's like blue down here. And then the rest of the drink is that really like cool, refreshing. No, it's red down here. And then the rest of it is that really pretty cool, refreshing blue or whatever. This is the color. This is the color it came out, the whole drink. Now, but we got two. One of them was perfect and it looked the way it was supposed to look. This one, she comes and hands it to us and she's like, yeah, I don't know why it looks like that. And she's like, is it bobas? I don't know, whatever it is that they put in there. She's like, and they just kind of like dissolve. So I don't really know. We're like, okay, why didn't you just remake it? Like, who does that? Who hands their customer like, this is totally not what you ordered, and I'm not really sure why the things that you ordered extra of dissolved, but just take it. Ugh, whatever. Holly Big Mac says diabetes. LOL. Promise. Thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. The claw. Did I do a pretty good claw? My stupid notifications are messed up. I was so excited. I was home to catch you live. Late, but here you're not late. We just started. You really just missed the intro. It's really fine. If my lovely wife is listening, if she'd bring me a bottle of water, that'd be great. I need to refill my water because this thing, yes, this is diabetes. This is like straight up sugar. It's like sugar syrup, and I got this weird taste in my mouth now. Okay, wait. Moonbeam Lightning Face says, "Can I ask an unrelated question? A while back, the Griff gang struck Yaba, and she said y'all couldn't talk about them anymore. Don't throw it." Did you see the look of panic and horror on my face when she said "ready"? She always does that. I always like panic and say "don't throw it," and then she throws it. Okay, anyway, took him off the soundboard. What changed? You're happy because you cracked me up with those jokes. Well, they struck her. So she's like, well, I guess we're not going to talk about them anymore if that's how they're going to play, you know? But it's whatever. It's fine. I know, Nawan. I know. It did not look exactly appetizing, did it? Miss Monster said he's aging like a banana. Hold on, because I paused my chat, so I need to catch it back up there. There's an animal in here. You let a dog in. And I know it's you, Harlow. I know it is. Come here. Let me see. Show yourself. Yeah, I knew it. Frickin' Harlow's in here. Did you sneak in? Oh, Harlow. She snuck in when her mother opened the door. Yes, the claw. All right. So anyway, we're getting back to old Mandith ATX who hates her husband's kids and her husband who doesn't care. Look at this. Do you see on the thumbnail? We went over these text messages last week, but we're going to revisit. We have a clip for you. I locked Paul. Yeah, I locked Paul in the storage room. Paul, listen though. Paul sneaks into the storage room after you. Like you can even be looking and watching for Paul to follow you in the storage room. You can be like on guard. You will not see him, but he'll manage to be in there. He'll slide in. And then when you leave, sure that Paul didn't slip in there because you were watching. He ends up in there. Okay, wait, what is this? Hold on. Let me send this to myself. Thank you so much. Silent viewer. I can't wait to watch this. I have no idea what it is. Hold on, let me preview it. Let's see. Wait. Oh, that's so funny. That's nice. Oh, you sent me the wrong one. Oh, you took it back. Jesus. Let you send the right one. Yes, please. All right. Anyway, so Mandith and Sean went live last night, and boy, are they pissy over the recent coverage over here of these text messages where Mandy's talking mad shit on Sean's daughter. They were quite worked up, quite agitated. Sean was very sweaty, very red-faced, tripping over his words, dropping of just F-bombs right out of the gate. It was great. I love nothing more than triggering the two of them. She's so funny. All right. Let's see. But before we get started there, this is from February 25th, 2022. Do you guys remember we looked at that Dramatic Pause channel the other day? The one that I told you is run by Mandy, that is literally dedicated to stalking her husband's ex-wife 5 years later. And still, this is Dramatic Pause. This is Mandy. This channel was started in like the summer of 2020. Look at this. It's all about Trisha. This is Mandy's YouTube channel where she posts obsessively about her husband's ex-wife. But yes, please tell me more about the state of my marriage. Will you? Hey, look, that's me and Trisha. Look at this. I mean, there's a little, Katie and other stuff here and there, but this is 99.999% Trisha. I mean, let this sink in. This channel is run by this woman's
Perhaps you know me as the Kung Fu Panda. Oh, you're adorable.
ex-husband's current wife. You've seen the DMs of her admitting it? Yep, and I've got it. So there was text messages between her and Angela, and we looked at those last week, where she admits that she is dramatic pause, and the nerve of you. Look at her taking a screenshot of a photo from a private event where somebody who Randy thought was her friend was in attendance and was taking pictures of Randy and her husband. And then when they ended their friendship, that friend, Sin, don't worry about who she is. It doesn't matter. Anyway, what did she do? She went running to Mandy and Sean with these private photographs. And then Mandy, of course, made her own little narrative to go with it. It's a prescription bottle on the table. Anyway, look at that. Mm-mm-mm. Look, she posts pictures of me. Look at this. Pictures of my lovely wife. Look at this, though. The aging narcissist. More Trisha. More Trisha. Look at that. Trisha. Trisha. It's all about Trisha. Okay, so anyway, if you had any doubt in your mind, even after the screenshots that we saw of her text messages with Angela admitting that she is dramatic pause, here you have it. Here's more proof. This is a message to Mrs. ATX. I found it under dramatic pause. I think I'd asked you this before, but is that you? Yes, it's me. LOL. Lasheth Jean, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you supporting my channel. My husband's ex-wife is the last MFer I want to talk to or think about. That is so weird, isn't it? Weird. And like, it's not like, they're, in their early 20s, so the teenage petty hasn't quite worn off yet in life, and it's a fresh, divorce from the ex and getting with the new, and there's just high school pettiness going around. No, no. These are grown ass adults in their 40s and 50s with adult children. They've been together for 5 years now, and still Mandy is just absolutely obsessed with her husband's ex-wife, Trisha. I think it's great. Where's Wendy? Is Wendy in the chat? Wendy from Dr. Phil. There she is. Wendy from Dr. Phil. Where'd your wrench go? Why on earth would you not have a wrench? Hold on. Add as a moderator. Standard, not managing. There we go. Everybody, a round of applause for Wendy from Dr. Phil. Oh boy, what did he say? Hold on. Oh, where's my volume? Hold on. Ew. Let me put that on my computer so I can play it for you all. Who does say that? That's weird. Woman, if you don't come get this dog out of my office. No, I'm just teasing. You can or whatever. Okay, let's see if it'll. I don't know if I can do it like that. Let me try. Hold on. Is it this one? It's got to be. Ugh, no, it just downloads it. That's not what I want. Forget it. I'll do it the old-fashioned way, the long way. Or I could just hold it up to my screen from my phone. Like Mandy does. Just give me a second. I wanna make sure you can all see it and hear it, And it's a quick clip, so it should upload real fast. Yeah, go with your mother. Oops, I want that off. There we go. Oh my god. Uh-oh. Yeah, what do you mean? Ad suitability, what? Oh, I have to tell it. Alright, fine. It doesn't usually make me do that. That's so weird. On such a short clip. Whatever. Alright, that'll take just a second. Okay, I'm gonna close some of these. Oh, you guys, can you see that? Well, anyway, whatever, take my word for it. That's what it says. Okay, so we can just put that to rest once and for all. Just like how we can put to rest once and for all that Cliffy P was the discounted life account. I think that we can put this to rest as well now too. Mandy ATX has admitted multiple times repeatedly and on to more than one person that she is behind dramatic pause. Oh, yeah. And then look at the second part. I think this is kind of sick considering that, oh, that's not our Gina, is it? No, it's not. Hey, Gina. Um, I think this is kind of sick, this last part of the message, considering that this woman right here, like her dad, I'm pretty sure her dad was in the military. Her ex-husband was career military. Her current husband, as we know, was military. Her son's military. Like she's a big military dependent, right? Always has been. And look at this. She thinks this is funny. Recorded her Ukrainian soldier monologue today. I'm going to upload pretending that she fell in love with the Ukrainian soldier who's now in a hard way. Like, what does that mean? Why are you making any soldier from any nation's military the butt of your joke? What are you doing? That's creepy. All right. Anyway, moving on. Let me see if that is uploaded that yet because I really want to play that clip. Let me close this. What's this? That can go too. I have too many tabs open, so I gotta start closing some stuff. See. Let me refresh. What is taking that clip so long? It should be uploaded. Did I not follow through? Dang it, Wendy, I'm trying. Anyway, whatever. So we are going to be looking at oh, wait. Uh-oh, what is that? Close that. Dang it. Close that. Don't need that. Okay, so look. Just as a refresher, I'm gonna go ahead and put these screenshots of these text messages back on the screen. We'll review them real quick because I know not everybody was here last week, and either way about it doesn't matter. We're gonna review them before we watch a clip. So this is Mandy is on the left, Angela is on the right, Becca is Sean's stepdaughter who's Trisha's daughter that Sean raised from ages 8 to 18. So this is Angela telling Mandy Becca was trying to call Sean. She's blocked. Mandy says, "Really? Live? She tried?" Angela says, "Not live. She tried to call him today." Look at this. Mandy says, "Let me tell you something. If he unblocks and talks to her, I'm going to pitch a fit. I want nothing to do with her or her stupid mother, and with one comes the other." Yeah, right. That's why you carry on a whole YouTube channel about her mother, but tell us more. All right. Um, okay, it's the next one. No, this one. Okay. And then here's where then Angela says, then don't tell him to unblock her. Mandy says, "This is the catty bitch in me. If I look at his phone later and she has been unblocked, hell hath no fury." So there, Mandy has admitted to a few things in these text messages. One, that she went into Sean's phone and she blocked his stepdaughter, Becca. And two, that she goes through Sean's phone and she intends to go through Sean's phone again later that night to check to make sure that he has not unblocked his stepdaughter. And if he did, she will pitch an absolute fit and hell hath no fury. So that's interesting. Okay, so that's Becca, the stepdaughter, right? Hold on, I got so many tabs open. Whatever. Actually, you know what? Let me close this one, this one, and I can close that one now. All right, that might help. Why does literally everything she types have typos? What do you think? She does do too many tabs. It's insane. You have no idea. That was even too many tabs for me. Okay. All right. What is this? Oh, okay. Oh, I closed one I was sharing. Hold on. No, I want the This one. Okay.
Buy direct from the people who made it.
All right. So this is it's from 4 years ago. This is an oldie but a goodie. Let me see. This one is from oops. Let me scoot that over here. This is from January 19th, 2020. Holy moly. January 19th, 2020. It's a long one. 3 hours, 38 minutes, 54 seconds. This is when they were still living in Texas in the apartment that her parents had to rent for her. Nikki P. Be Knowing, everybody, a round of applause for Nikki P. Be Knowing. She's the one who clipped this. We appreciate you, Nikki. This particular clip is titled Sean and Neg's Kratom Days. Let's hear all about it, straight from Sean's own mouth. I'm excited for this one.
When I would go to Neg's house, when I went to visit him when I lived in North Carolina.
Wait, is that being shared? It doesn't look. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Tap, tap. Don't want to miss a word. Oh, wait. I want to
Is it
return.
Wisconsin?
Dang it. Hold on. Is that the clip? Yes, it is. Okay. I see.
Is it Wisconsin? I know that when I would go to Neg's house, when I went to visit him when I lived in North Carolina, I had a half kilo of kratom.
A half kilo of kratom. Kratom is illegal in the state of Indiana. The Hoosiers do not allow the kratom, sir. You know that.
And I had to be careful because Tennessee, it was illegal. I went through that state,
it's
and
illegal
I know
to have it or buy
it's illegal in the state. Indiana, I know Indiana. When I was living, it's not Ohio.
Instead of this jabroni. It's illegal in the state I was transporting it to, and it was illegal in all the states that I traveled across state lines to get it to Indiana. Let me tell you all about it.
Because when I was living with my daughter in.
What is kratom? Kratom is like this. Look, there's the claw. Do you see it? Do you see it down there in the corner, the claw? God, I love the claw so much. What is kratom? I don't know. It's some powdery substance that I guess people use to aid in like getting off of opiates, or in Sean and Mandy's case, they use it in place of opiates when they can't get opiates. Tennessee still don't be fucking with the kratom. Indiana does not either.
Cincinnati, I could get it there. But I know Indiana, it was illegal, and I know Tennessee, it was illegal. Going through.
Tiffany says I use it for pain management. Yeah, that's typically mostly, and I'm pretty sure that's what got Sean on it because he was in pain management on the opiates, and then he started taking kratom to get him off. I don't know if it gets you high. I really couldn't answer that, but I know these two are fans of it. I know that.
Those states. So.
Yeah.
Is it Wisconsin? I know that.
Okay, so that was that clip. Thank you for that, Nikki P. And I know there is a timestamp. Let me come over here. Well, let's see. That was that timestamp. The other timestamp. Okay, so this timestamp should be them talking about Becca, Sean's stepdaughter, Trisha's daughter, that he raised from age 8 to 18, which is literally her entire childhood. This is them talking. I believe this is the clip of them talking about the car situation with Becca and how Mandy put her foot down about that car and insisted that Sean either take that car back from her or have the finance company repossess it because I guess Becca, you know what? Becca had to be punished for being Trisha's daughter. I don't know. I'm not sure why Mandy decided that Becca deserved to have the car she was driving taken away from her just because her mom and stepdad, you know, broke up. I have no idea, but Mandy was adamant about it. And at the end of the day, when it was all said and done, they saw that through and they had that car taken from her. Even chat says they cannot just put it in Becca's name. Oh, even the chat says, can they not just put it in Becca's name? Oh, they could have. They absolutely could have, but Mandy was not having that. Mandy was going to see to it that the car, that literally that everything they could take from Trisha and Becca, they were going to take from Trisha and Becca, no matter what they had to do. Even if that meant Mandy having her dad, who's a licensed therapist in the state of Texas, write some cockamamie letter to the judge saying that Trisha's dogs were necessary service animals for Sean so they could get Trisha's dogs taken away from her. That's the evil shit that this freak and her husband get down with. This is the type of shit they do. And you would think, like, dude, if Trisha was such a horrible spouse and, so abusive and narcissistic to Sean or whatever the case may be, you would think these two jabronis would be thankful when he got out of that situation and just wash their hands of it and never see or speak of Trisha or her daughter again. Not these two. Not these two jackasses. It's been 5+ years and they are still going at that woman and her child. Yes, ATX had 2 children of her own. She has a son and a daughter, Chloe and Tanner. Chloe has not spoken to her mother since 2019 when Mandy blindsided her ex-husband, Chloe's father, Brian, blindsided her with the infidelity and the breakup of their marriage and family. Chloe's not talked to her since. That was the older of the 2 kids. Her son, Tanner, he's younger. He went off into the military, and I think he still fucks with his mom, but Chloe does not fuck with her mother at all. Even if it did benefit Trisha, he was Becca's dad. What kind of guy just dumps the 18-year-old? It's truly sick. Yeah, I mean, could you imagine? Okay, I mean, like I said, from age 8 to 18, that's her whole childhood. That's the only dad Becca ever knew. And this woman, his third wife, saw to it that that relationship between he and Becca was completely destroyed in the most abusive, traumatic way that I think she possibly could have managed. Goofy dumb, goofy ho bitch. Thank you so much for the $5. My ex married a man and he's fun to shop with. Life is too short, right? Hey, Ishkabibble Dib, I see you. Nikki P. Hey, P Day, nice to see you. Glad you could make it. Tater Fluff, hello. That last timestamp I sent, Mandy admits she's not talking to her daughter, and Sean says he's not talking to Becca, and it's nothing to do with Mandy. That's this one, the 1 hour, 12-minute timestamp, Nikki P. Oh, it's everything to do with Mandy. I don't know why you'd even lie. Hey, Lisa Simpson. All right, let's listen. Let's listen in, shall we?
Bear, should we, whatever it is. But the bottom line is there would have to be direct contact to get him, and that never goes well.
Rockin' Robin asks, is Becca's car the one that TT is driving? That's my car.
That's his car.
That's my car, and it's gonna probably end up being my car again.
Okay, he had a car. So I guess he had 2 cars. He had a car in Texas, the car that he loaded his crap into the night that Trisha finally kicked him out for the final time, that little Mustang that he drove all over the country. He had a car. It's not like he needed the car. When he said, oh, that's my car. Like I could understand if that was like his only mode of transportation and he needs to go back to North Carolina and take the only car he has back from, whatever, because I need my car. No, he had a car. He had a Mustang. I can't remember what type of car this was. Was this a Volvo or a Volkswagen? I don't remember. I'm sure somebody in the chat does. Oh, wait. 5957 is when the topic of her kids come up and they talk about Mandy's daughter, Becca, and having babies. 5957. Thank you. Hold on one second. Oh, what? Where'd it go? Lord have mercy. The live event's going to end. We don't want that to happen, do we? Hold on. There we go. All right. I wrote that down and I'll come back to it. Don't let me forget. Volvo. It was convertible.
One of the things that has to be one of the things that North Carolina will do in a divorce that other states won't. They will divorce you. And
her putting her arm around him. She's so proud of him for sticking it to Trisha and his stepdaughter. She like what? This is just such a weird gesture. The way she puts her arm around him while he's explaining the way he's going to fuck his stepdaughter over. Isn't that weird? It's weird.
Anything that you haven't divided goes to civil court. The thing is that car is in my name and my name only. And the bottom line is the attorney's like, then that's yours, period, point blank. Well, what about this? What if we do that? Stop. That's your car.
Retrieve it.
You have to go get that car. It's your car.
We are going to get it. Yeah.
So that's really good. That's ultimately what's going to happen. But yes, Becca's been maintaining it and doing the best that she can.
Bear was losing his fur, but Sean will tell you it's not the first time it has. It's Bear's lost his fur before. We saw that big picture of his butt that went everywhere.
And the thing is the other thing I want to say is that's not a dig to my stepdaughter at all. It's just a unfortunate collateral damage to a divorce. It is what it is. So, but
what ultimately ended up happening with that car? Didn't he just like have it repossessed? So you're telling me that the lawyer told them that because they were divorcing the state of North Carolina, the only option for that car was they're saying the lawyer said, go get the car, go retrieve the car, but they didn't. They just had it repossessed, didn't they? Never saw that car again. Don't fence me, and that's the horse shit he wants you to believe. Yes.
It's not malicious.
It's not malicious to Becca at all. It's not her fault.
No, and it's not even malicious to TT. It's just the reality of it. In Texas, you have to have Sean's seen it. Everything down to every debt, everything has to be in that decree and laid out. So Sean's seen it. He's like, "Damn, y'all had some." I was like, "That debt ain't in my name."
It's different in Texas. They had this.
You hear that? She's like, "That's not in my name." She stuck her ex-husband with all of the marital debt, and then right after her divorce was final, she had to file bankruptcy because while her divorce to her ex-husband was pending, she was running up over $100,000 in credit card debt in her own little name because she knew that she could file for bankruptcy fresh right after her divorce and it would go through because the court would be like, oh yeah, fresh divorce, fresh bankruptcy, discharged. I don't know where my gavel is. Anyway.
Divide the debt. They had to do so. When she says, I'll speak a little bit about it.
Luckily,
that she has this great settlement because of the way she lived, and y'all saw the house and all that. They had a shit ton of debt that they had to pay off.
I spent a shitload of money. No, I didn't have to pay nothing off.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
No, I know it was a shit ton of debt. It's all in his name.
I mean,
but I didn't.
That is her husband, the father of her two kids that she's talking about, her first husband, the man who saw her through everything, her drug addiction, her alcoholism, her abuse of prescription pills, her food addiction and a weight loss surgery. This woman literally did not participate in the upbringing of her children. Her husband, who was full-time career military from the minute they graduated high school, went right into the military because she purposely got pregnant senior year right before graduation. And at the end of the day, after 20 years of marriage and 2 kids, she blindsided him with infidelity, broke her marriage apart, not because she met this man and fell in love with him, but to stick it to some woman on the internet that she's obsessed with. And that is how she feels about the fact that she ran up a shit ton of debt, spent a shit ton of money during that marriage, and she didn't have to pay a penny of it. She stuck her ex-husband with all of it. That's disgusting. I'm sorry, but that speaks for your character, does it not? And look at him. He is so, if you can see his blurry little face, so proud to have this woman on his arm. I'm sorry, but if this should have been a red flag for you, Sean. This should have been concerning for you. You should have done whatever you had to do to get out of this now after hearing what she said. This was January of 2020. They were not married yet. Matter of fact, he was still legally married to Trish at this point. His divorce had not gone through. I'm going to tap it back because I want you all to hear just the callous, disgusting way she speaks of it. And this dumbass, what do you think she's going to do to you and your finances? You think that she's just all of a sudden going to find respect for other people? You think she's going to, she had no respect for her first husband who did everything for her and her kids, provided out of your own mouth a very, very cushy, comfortable lifestyle. You think she's going to have respect for you, Sean, as her husband or your finances? You really think that? All right. We know the answer to that, though, don't we? She had no respect for you. In the end, you married her, moved her to Georgia, and what ended up happening? You had to set up a little sting operation with $300 in the nightstand because you knew she was stealing money from you. And you confirmed it. You set up your little nightstand $300 sting operation and confirmed. She did not respect you, does not respect you, does not respect your money, your hard earned money. Working 60 hours a week at the USPS over the age of 50, being worked into an early grave, and she did not respect you or your money. Couldn't be me. Right, says her sister? Cash is easier. You know what? I would really, really, I know I've covered it. So I know the clip's on my channel somewhere. But if anybody wants to go find that stream where he told that story about the money and drop it with the timestamp, I will gladly go over that one because that is a fucking banger. If we can't find it today, it's fine. We'll have content for tomorrow. So I'll find it overnight. Homemade sting op. He paid off all his child support because of that settlement. That's all he cared about. Yeah, that's another thing. She used her ex-husband. So not only did her ex-husband get stuck with a frick ton of debt and had to pay it all off, but also in the settlement, the divorce settlement, Mandy paid off Sean's child support arrearages with her ex-husband's money. I love it so much. Tell me more about my marriage.
That they had to do. So, when she says, I'll speak a little bit about it,
Luckily, it
that
wasn't
she has this great settlement because of the way she lived, and y'all saw the house and all that.
She got this great settlement because of the way she lived. Y'all saw the house, which, by the way, they kept an eye on that house in Austin on Discovery Boulevard or whatever. Even after Mandy and Brian, excuse me, they offloaded that house. They sold it to some we buy houses quick for cash company. I mean, they sold it fast. But Sean kept an eye on it. And I know that because I think it was last night. I think it might have been last night's stream, but maybe not, but definitely within the last week. So I guess it was. Anyway, Sean makes a remark about the house, and maybe she says something about the old house. And he says, "You mean the house that became worth like $1 million after you sold it?" Not quite $1 million, but that house definitely, it like triple, quadrupled in value after they sold it. So I'm sure it's just weird though. Like, why were Mandy and Sean keeping an eye on the house even after it was sold and she divorced her ex? It's weird, isn't it? Texas course must be so ass backwards. Michigan isn't giving anyone like Mandy alimony. She didn't get alimony. I think she just okay, so I know they sold the house and she got her cut of it. And she had just got a brand new car. It was like a Chrysler 300 or whatever, 200, 400, whatever they are. And it was brand new. It wasn't even a year old. And actually, Mandy made Brian go buy her that new car. The car she was driving at the time wasn't even 2 years old. And now that I think back on it, the timing for when all the her getting that new car happened, I think she had already decided she was going to pull the trigger on Sean, and she went and made Brian buy her a new car before she pulled the trigger on the marriage. So anyway, Brian had to pay the car off in the divorce. So she got the title to that car, brand new car, free and clear. But do you know that by the time they left Texas and moved to Georgia, less than a year later, she no longer had that car? They blew through all of the money that she got in the divorce from the sale of the house and had to sell a like less than 2-year-old Chrysler 300 that she owned outright. Mm-hmm.
They had a shit ton of debt that they had to pay off.
I spent a shitload of money. No, I didn't have to pay nothing off.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
No, I know it was a shit ton of debt. It's all in his name.
I mean,
but I didn't. They were, what is it? Tertiary trinkets that were meant.
Yeah.
There you go. That's his word, but I like it. Yeah, we are gonna get it. And then I said this last time, I'm gonna say this again because a lot of people want to know about.
Oh, that's right. She got the military retirement benefits too. Sorry, thank you for reminding me of that. No, Juan, because she was married to Brian for over 20 years, I guess, and he retired he was retired military getting benefits. She gets a portion of his benefits every month. And I think because they tell all their business, especially their financial business, for whatever reason. She gets, I think, like something like $1,500 a month of her ex-husband's military pension or whatever.
The shit that she threw away of his, this and that, and what. There's nothing we could do about it right now anyway. There's no criminal charges that can be filed on that. It's a civil matter, and it cannot go to a civil court until the divorce is final.
And Casey asked whose name is the VW bug, and that's Trisha's. That's her car. And that was something that she decided that she wanted. She went and swiped our credit card for that, or her credit card for it, and bought that car. She didn't need it, but she wanted it, so she got it. And that's a blessing, because now she can't argue that she needs a car because she has one.
She has a car.
You know.
Which kind of, thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that.
I'm going to let this play for a second. I'll be right back.
Whenever anybody compliments me, I want you guys to know
that
even if I don't say it, I really, really appreciate it. And it's humbling to me for people to say it. That's all I want to say. I know. God dang.
Kiwi girl, you're right. There's no certification for service dogs.
There isn't.
Well, you can get special ones for it, especially like if the VA assigns one to a veteran. There are ways, but it doesn't have to. You can claim them any way you want to. You just pay a little fee and they hook you right up.
How old is Bear?
Bear was, he came October 1st, 2013 is when we picked him up. We rescued him, and they said he was about 18 months old when we got him. So he's about 8.5 years old.
So, which is fairly old for a bigger dog.
But he hadn't slowed down that much.
No, I know. I'm just saying it's not young.
He's not. I mean, we've had him even if he was a puppy. We got him in 2013.
Nana made it. Hey, Nana, I want you to. Said she was gonna make a parody about something, and I couldn't catch what she was gonna make a parody about. So, I mean, he had made lots of training.
Okay, hold on. Where's that question? Somebody asked her how long she was married to Sean for, or how long Sean was married to Trisha. 10 years, from 8 to 18, or from when Becca was 8 till she was 18. They were together for 10 years. Did you hear? Did you hear when she hushed him right after I said I would be right back? Mm-hmm.
So also about the dog. Right now, we're not in a situation where we can have a big dog. It wouldn't.
That's true, Nikki P. She set up trapping Sean for a long time, planned it to a T. She used to send Sean money every time he had a fight with TT, so he'd go to a hotel trying to get him away from Trisha and being his shoulder. She sure did. Didn't you, Mandith? Jean, you did. Okay, hold on. I want to go back to 5957. There we go. Right about here. Aw. Rest in peace, Midwestern Mary. Midwestern Mary passed away, like 2 years ago or something? Sad. She had a little girl, too. Like a little girl. Rest in peace, Midwestern Mary.
Probably feels differently, but someone asked.
That's what they want me to do, so I'll do that.
Okay. Someone asked earlier, way back, I don't know who it was, how my kids or our kids feel about us having more. My son is ecstatic.
I highly doubt that.
I'm not going to really touch on my daughter, but
she's not ecstatic.
She's not ecstatic. She's not ecstatic about anything.
No, she's not.
But Sean's kids, one where I don't know how she feels about it. The other two are excited. Well, Rachel.
I mean,
look. She said one of Sean's daughter's name. She just can't help herself. Look at the face she makes after she realizes she said her name.
Two are excited. Well, Rachel.
I mean, they're happy that I was out of my situation. The ones the two that have met Mandy, which is Rachel and Darcy, and you guys might have seen Darcy. If any of you have watched Jessica, remember when she was putting the highlights in her daughter's hair?
Darcy, Jessica, Rachel. I wonder if Darcy and Jessica and Rachel know how Mandy truly feels about Sean's girls. So Jessica is the mother of Sean's 3 daughters, His daughters are Darcy, Rachel, and I can't remember the other one's name, but I'm sure one of these two jabronis will say it.
That's Jessica and my youngest child. They've both met Mandy, and they've hung out. We've gone to the mall all together, and they like her. My oldest hasn't met Mandy, and she was really wanting me to go to Cincinnati and live with her and be up there, and it just didn't work out that way. But it's nothing to do with my relationship with Mandy. It's just my relationship with her as a father and a daughter, and that's that doesn't have really much to do with my union with Mandy. But so that's it. That's the honest truth.
Midwest Mary, my son is 21, and I have a 3-year-old. We were trying for another baby. Go you!
I told you, Midwestern Mary had a young child. That's so sad. So trying to buy them off, pretty much. So Leda, if her ex remarries, does she continue getting his military benefits? I don't know. I don't know how that works. I know, isn't that a weird choice of words, Lisa Simpson?
I'm nervous. Legit, I'm old and tired.
Okay. So Sassy and Sweet Georgia Peach. It's called Viva Zen. 2 words: VIVA and then ZEN. And I see it a lot in.
But it's not at all gas station.
Well, she's saying in Georgia, and it's not in all of them.
And you can't get it online. I've looked.
You can get it in North Carolina, but the place the one, there's 2.
Really? No one says yes. It's from the government. His marital status wouldn't affect what Mandy earned. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Places in Gainesville and Dawsonville, Georgia.
It's called, what is the Happy Mart or something like that?
It's called.
And they give you a really good discount if you buy a case of it. They know us when we come.
Someone was on this on our feed when I talked about where my parents lived, and they said their old paper route was there, and I think it might have been Georgia Peach. And if that's the case, then that store is called Sankey's, and it's right on Highway 51, right before you get to the bridge between Forsyth County and Hall County. There's that one store on the left, and I might people are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But
I don't really care about his kratom. All right, well, that was a nice blast from the past. Everyone, give Nikki a round of applause for that one. We appreciate your hard work and dedication, Nicketh P. All right, so this is from last night. That's him giving drug sites and stores. They talked for half an hour and showed their drugs after kratom got brought up. I love that for them. Okay, so this is from last night. They are back from their break. I guess do you guys remember we showed that picture of Sean at the airport? She made a sign for him just to hold up the airport, and Yaba changed it to say, "I'm fucking stupid." So I guess that was Mandy's dad who came to visit. And so, yeah. So now we know who the family member was. Hey, Hellfire, glad you're here. Now we know who the family member was who came to visit from out of town. It was Mandy's dad. But don't worry. I guess Mandy's dad is able to entertain himself because Mandy was still quite active on the YouTube. Despite the two of them not streaming while her dad was there, she was all over the Dramatic Pause channel, uploading videos and clips and community tab posts. She was keeping up with things. So I saw Sam's title and got the timestamps, thought they'd be relevant. Yes, thank you. Lisa Simpson. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Amanda Jean is also afflicted with the eye sliding off the side of her face. Isn't that crazy? I know. It's weird. It's like a strange phenomenon. Is it not? Okay, but before we get to watching the stream, I have some screenshots from their chat that I wanted to share with you all. They were being asked some pretty serious questions in chat, and they were ignoring these questions. So yes, I was watching. I watched like the first maybe 20 minutes or so. It was a good time, and then I had to go to bed. I was tired. As you can see, it was almost 9:00 p.m. and it was past my bedtime. So I haven't watched the whole stream from last night, but I saw some of them. So here is Carlos Martinez, the bad guy, which is, I guess, an alternate account for the Carlos Martinez. I don't know much about it. Anyway, Carlos Martinez, the bad guy, asks, is Sean going to talk about Mandy calling his daughter a dirty stank who is annoying and lacks social skills, asking for a friend? That's so funny. Hold on. They ignored that one. Shocker, I know. Hold on 1 second. I have to I have breaking news coming in while we're live. Are you all listening? Are you here? Are you awake? Are you paying attention? I've got breaking news. Breaking news. Word on the street is let me read it. Let me read it first before I read it before I say it out loud. Okay. What? Oh god. Okay, wait. Can I read this out loud or should I redact? Should I redact names or should I just read it? Tell me. Cuz I got in trouble once before for getting a message while I was live and reading it live verbatim and I have never heard the end of that since. I had to issue an apology, a heartfelt apology to somebody that I never should have had to apologize to. Okay, fine. Fine, fine, fine. All right, so listen, breaking news. Are you ready? It says, "Oh my god. Somebody knows someone who lives 15 minutes away from these clowns and she says that word on the street there in their small town is that Sean was fired from the post office for having an affair and now he works for DoorDash. Hand to Bible, not kidding. This is real. The woman lives 15 minutes from them. I bet I know who it is. I bet it's that woman she had on her YouTube channel. She actually had, there's some woman who lives nearby them and she has a YouTube channel. And Mandy actually had the woman over to her house. And I don't know, I don't think it was a live stream they did, but it was a like a video. It's on her channel. So I guarantee you it's that woman. And she probably, was watching privately Mandy and Sean's channel, say swear, swear. I'll bet you it's that lady. I bet you it's that YouTuber. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I bet she's involved in the community. Mm-hmm. Did the woman work at the USPS as well? Otherwise, why would they fire him? That's what it sounds like to me. Goofy dumb goofy hoe bitch. Thank you so much for the super chat. Girl, it's still light out at 9. Get it together. You know I go to bed early. I don't care if it's light out. Do not care. I will shut the blinds and the drapes and I'm going to bed at 9 p.m. I bet it's that lady that also does a YouTube channel that Mandy befriended. Okay, so though I'm getting more information. The tea is hot, smoking hot, and it's coming in fresh. Though obviously the woman that he had an affair with worked at the USPS, otherwise they would not have fired him. I'm not shocked at all. Confirmed. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Don't Fence Man says, or he boinked someone while delivering the mail. He was not a letter carrier. He worked in the post office. You know, when you go to the post office and there's the people working the counter, and you can buy your stamps and mail your packages off with the person at the counter. That's what Sean's job was. Nikki P says, remember when Mandy lost her shit because I said you lose them how you find them, called me a wackadoo? A wackadoo who was right. That's right, Nikki P. You called it. You lose them how you find them. I'm not shocked at all. I am not shocked at all. At all. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and reach out to that YouTuber lady and see what she knows. Because it is a very small town where they live. A very small town. Everybody knows everybody's business. Everybody knows the Curly family. And I'm sure there's more than one person who would be able to confirm this. Nikki P says, bet she hasn't got her neck secured yet and she'll hold on to him until she does. Oh, absolutely. Fauntleroy, a cheater is a cheater is a cheater. That's right. She got upset because it's true. That's right. That's right. And before anyone starts crying, because I said anything about talking to that woman or anybody, Jessica, because I want to know. I want to know if Sean's ex-wife, the mother of his children, knows the way that Mandy not only feels about Sean's kids, but the way she treated Sean's daughter while she was living with them. And I'm going to find out. And Jessica and I are going to have a talk. And I don't want to hear nothing about it. I don't want to hear nothing about it. Okay? She started that shit first. She had BJ on the YouTubes. And as we've heard recently from old Big Beggy herself, to this day, 2024, Mandy ATX is still trying to peddle BJ around to people. Who's BJ? Arabia. Arabia is not her name. Arabia is a name she made up because she hates herself and she hates her identity. So she had to make up some exotic name for herself. Her name is BJ. Billy Joe. That's her name. She's not Malaysian or whatever. In last night's stream, they assign her some exotic ethnicity that is just that they said I think they said she's Arabian and Puerto Rican. That's a fucking lie. Her name is Billy Joe, and she went by BJ as a child. And as far as I can recall, she is Caucasian and black. That's what she is. Heavy on the Caucasian. Fucking Arabia. No, her name's fucking BJ. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes, these screenshots. So they ignored that one. All right, fine. Whatever. All right, here, let me close that one so I know can keep my place. Persian, is that what they said? No, Malaysian. Is that what they said? Persian? Oh, Iranian and Puerto Rican. She is neither of those things. Neither of those things. She is good old mixed Caucasian and African American, heavy on the Caucasian, and her name is Billy fucking Joe. Let me break. Fucking Billy Joe Fulton at that. And that story about she was adopted. No, she was not. That is her name from birth, Billy Joe Fulton. She wasn't adopted. She was put in foster care, but she wasn't adopted. BJ, that's unfortunate. Yes, it is. Yeah, girl, come online and lip sync to some Pashton. What's that? Oh my God, Fauntleroy. All right. So anyway, moving on. The same account, Carlos Martinez, the bad guy, then goes on to say, Sean, how do you feel about Mandy saying horrible things about your daughter? Is that why you kicked your daughter out of your house? Because Mandy hates her? That comment also was ignored. Then, since they were ignoring the regular comments, I guess, the super chats started coming in because how can you ignore super chats, right? And this account's titled Mandy Hates Sean's Kids. These were not me. Okay. See where it says, let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. If I was the one sending these messages, that is not what it would say. So anyway, Mandy, why do you hate Sean's daughter? They ignored that. See, and it says buy your own. They did not answer that super chat. They didn't answer that question. Now here's another one. Why is no one talking? Yeah, they were going on and on and on and on. And mind you, they were talking primarily about me, Yaba, and I think Randy, maybe a little Wendy during this time. And the chat, number one, was not participating. They were not following. They did not care. And they just weren't talking at all, except for this Sooner girl person who was talking a lot about God and trying really hard to get them to talk about whether or not Ricky from Shoot the Shit was still alive or not. Like, nobody cares. Not even when you're covering Sam and Yaba does anybody care what the fuck you're saying, because everybody knows you're full of shit. Look at the look on that old man's face. Anyway, Hi Mike wanted to know why is no one talking. These were really good, weren't they, babe? Hold on. Here's the next one. Look, still nobody chatting. 82 people and no one chatting. Is my chat broke? Is that two different accounts called Hi Mike? That's funny. And then finally and lastly, there's Carlos Martinez again. Since he's being ignored in the chat, Carlos Martinez says, address Mandy talking poorly about your daughter. That was a $2 super chat. It also went ignored, but look at how Sean is sweating bullets. I love it. All right, so let's watch some of last night's stream because you guys are not going to believe the absolute horse shit that comes out of this woman's mouth. I've got the live chat up so you guys can see the chat. All right. I don't know if we're going to end up watching the whole thing, but we'll see.
I love to grab 1 or 2 shredded wheat for a snack. So today we're streaming on Sean's phone, and so that I can
Whoa,
have my
whoa, whoa,
text,
whoa, whoa.
so I
Hold
can
on.
read things.
Who says this? Winifred, hey, I think you're a troll. I don't think you've ever been in here before. Let's see. Channel activity, nothing. But I'll still read it. It plays. I heard Mama Ricky passed over the Rainbow Bridge. I wouldn't be surprised. Brought to you by Dare. AI summary fell asleep.
Things that I need to read. Oh, it says that we're live, Sean.
Oh, are we?
Why would you stuff shredded wheat into your mouth? And then she clearly did it after she pushed the button to go live. Because she's live with a mouthful of shredded wheat.
We got a notification that we're live. So, anyways,
You guys hear the bird in the background? That triggers me so bad. It is a whole ass zoo in that house. And I'm sorry, but you know it stinks. Oh, look at that still. I love it.
Sean was out
Let's watch Mandy talk to herself. See how long it takes for someone to pop up in the chat.
chicken hunting.
Yeah.
Okay, like looking for a chicken.
Man. Woo.
Do you like it like that?
I do.
It's a little different, right?
She calls me a narcissist later in this stream, but I'm sorry. This is the master narcissist right here. He is such a narcissist that he can never be seated in front of the camera and ready to go when she pushes go live. He always has to be loitering about somewhere off camera, and he waits for her to confirm that the live has started, and then he makes his grand entrance. What a narcissistic little bitch.
Is it weird though?
They're kind of blurry, like owl like blurry. They're always blurry, always have been, always will be.
I like it because it's kind of like up looking down. I mean, hold on a second. Let me see if I
mean, I figured, yeah. No, you have to put it under your chin.
Oh yeah. Like
Okay.
How was Yaba doing it like this?
Yeah, she was pretending that she was resting on it. Then she was putting it to the side.
Yeah.
Are my ears red today?
What would that be from?
It's from it's actually from using my straightener, so it could be red. But my cheeks don't usually flush red.
Oh, I thought you meant somebody else. That was
Well, I was kind of touching on that. But moreover, I was just making sure that
Womp, womp, womp. You both suck at this. You suck so bad. If you want to talk about Yaba's rosy cheeks, talk about Yaba's rosy cheeks. Womp, womp, womp. Fail.
my
Look,
ears weren't red.
before we get started, I mean, Mandy and I, for the first time, are be like, we've got to maybe write this shit down of all the stuff that, I mean, this freaking community's gone nuts.
Yeah, maybe you should try writing it down in the future because you suck.
Look,
At least the ball sack is gone. I'm sorry, but I missed the neon ball sack. I kind of wish they would bring the neon ball sack back. I think we went too hard on them with the neon ball sack, and now we've accomplished nothing but depriving ourselves of the neon ball sack. They ain't never gonna bring it back. Oh well. We can always revisit it on the replay. They still have videos up where they've got the neon ball sack behind them, and it just went so well. Like it was so on brand because Sean, especially when he's not wearing a hat, he resembles a one ball sack. We used to call him a one ball sack. Remember? Mm-hmm.
Body, and I know it's tough to do this because people like to be on this and that. I promise you, if you find something to do, like in our case, we've been visiting with family, looking at new job prospects.
Looking at new job prospects. I thought Sean had a stopgap job lined up. Whatever happened to that? Oh, that's right. The job they had lined up was Mandy Instacarting. So now Sean DoorDashes and Mandy Instacarts. Look at this still.
Working. And when was the last time we streamed? It was about, 10, 12 days ago or something like that?
Something like that. Hey,
Couple
Clancy.
weeks.
Who cares? Clancy has been in the chat for literally like 2 minutes now. She really wants him to shut up.
Hey, Clancy. And we fucking just start.
Look at that. Where are we at? 1 minute, 55 seconds. I told Yaba this last night. He was dropping the F-bombs off fucking top. Not even 2 minutes in, we have our first F-bomb. That's how you know he's triggered AF. He is really bothered because I've started covering them again. And I started covering them and I started out going over those texts where Mandy was saying horrible things about his daughter, and he allows it. That's why they're so worked up and triggered. F-bomb, 1 minute, 55 seconds. We should probably, I'm going to take a little ticky tally of how many F-bombs Sean drops, because that's going to give us a gauge on just how bothered he is, besides the fact that his face is red and sweaty.
Checking our phone,
Oh, that's 2. That is 2. Wow, we're still under 2 minutes and we are at 2 DV. So he never got another government job? No, I'm pretty sure, because he got, now that we know, now the truth is out, Sean got fired from the USPS for having an affair with another mail carrier. So no, he's not gonna get another federal job. Absolutely not. Mandy trying to sneak fries out the bag without being the sticker, without breaking the sticker.
a couple days ago, we said, let's check back in and see what's been going on. This place is like,
It is.
they've lost their minds around here. But I do, before we start, I do appreciate people taking my advice. You're welcome. Remember when I had the call out, you can read it in the titles of our our streams and stuff, calling for the community and communities at large to come up. A couple people have.
I can assure you that Yaba coming up had absolutely nothing to do with you, Jonathan. But if you want to go ahead and you want to take that and you want to mark that down in your little book, you go right ahead.
Oh my God.
Hey, Carlos.
Right?
Yes.
Yes, they still have all of their chickens and then some.
Out with the bang, didn't you?
I mean,
It's okay. I was just still stuck chewing my shredded wheat. You know that I have like a pet peeve with people eating on camera. And so I was that person for about 30 seconds. I don't know if it's going to work at this angle. We're going to give it a go. If it doesn't work, we'll probably switch it back next time. We still don't have the name in the back. That's okay.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that.
You see what I'm saying? So we're streaming from Sean's phone. Like I said, if you just came in here because I'm using this to look at texts and to read some stuff out loud. So I will get to that. But first, we're going to say hello to everyone.
All messages. And I'm used to having my phone on. But
I know. Do you want the iPad?
Can we get it to go?
Yeah, I just don't know where I put it. I think it's in the bedroom.
I get it.
Yeah, you can get it. So there's a couple of things that have happened within the last few.
What the?
Everyone knows you as a problem solver, and you know who to call to help keep your operation running.
Hell?
I'm eating 4 things that have happened within the last.
I'm good. Look at the chat. I just want to point out the chat over here. We are 3.5 minutes in.
Few days.
And there's nobody in the chat. Clancy, Mr. A, and Carlos. Only Oz Angel. Thank you so much for being a member for 10 months. Forever Basic Betty, you shall be. Just wanted to say hello to you too. Hey, Riddlin. What the F is shredded wheat? That sounds horrid. It's cereal and it is hard. It's basically hay. Isn't Sean worrying about the side chick texting him? That's probably what he's sneaking off to go get the iPad to turn his notifications off. Probably, turning off the notifications for that particular contact. Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about.
Hey, Tori, thank you so much for joining memberships. Forever Basic Betty, you shall be. The driest cereal ever invented. Dry doesn't even properly describe it. Hey, Gothic.
Camming up that Yaba did. So it started because she was caught in a reflection. I guess her reflection was caught. Sam got her in, accidentally got the reflection in some part of the video.
Get it out.
So everyone was like, oh.
It was in the radio display console thing in Yaba's truck, which, by the way, she said during the support group meeting she was going to tell the story about the radio console tablet display thing in her truck, and she never got to it. So that's actually a funny story. And so tomorrow in the support group, make sure that you ask her to tell you about that. I'm not going to tell it because I'll butcher it, but it's actually fucking hilarious. I honestly just didn't look at the picture. We were in the truck. It was hot AF. And that's what I was taking a picture of. It had the temperature on there and it was I think it said 112 degrees. And she told me to take the picture of it and post it on Twitter because she was about to be driving. Whatever. Listen, that radio display thing where it caught her reflection, first of all, it's so distorted. It's aftermarket, and that's, well, I guess I'll just tell you. So it's so funny because when Yaba was looking to buy that truck, it was like down between like two trucks. Like she had to narrow down to two trucks, and she went with this one over the other one primarily because the other one had like this really small, screen display for the radio, and she wanted the big one, right? So, I mean, that wasn't the entire deciding factor, but that had a lot to do with it. So anyway, we get this truck, and the first thing like we notice when we take possession of the truck is the radio, the display, the whole screen is broken. Like it was cracked and it didn't act right. And like all of the controls for the truck are on this screen. Like it's not just the radio, it's the navigation, it's the temperature controls, like the heat, the air, everything. And it's all malfunctioning because it's cracked. And she was going to send the truck back. And I was like, they have to fix it. Like, and you just have to like really kind of know Yaba's personality to understand that she was not getting down with having to take the truck to like some mechanic to have this display fixed. She's like, they're not going to do it right. It's never going to work right. And I'm like, dude, like, it's not a big deal. Like, they can fix it, right? Anyway, long story short, again, as per usual for Yaba, she just likes to do shit herself. So she watched some YouTube videos and figured out herself how to change it out. And she ordered a replacement screen off the internet and it came, and she sure did. She ripped that dash apart in that truck, took the old broken screen out and replaced it with a new screen. And that shit, I helped her. I'll have you know, I helped her. It was hot and it was sweaty and it was hard getting it. It was like really hard getting it back in, but we got it back in and it worked. Well, anyway, it has like a really bad glare to it. Like the original, I mean, it's not so bad that it's like, you can't use it, but it's aftermarket. So anyway, but like, so even like when you're sitting in, like when I'm sitting in the passenger seat and I look at the screen, like it's this glare to it. Anyway, I know built to spill, right? And I'm the total opposite. I'm like, what's wrong with it? Oh, it's it's a fuse right here where it's easily accessible, and all I have to do is pop it in and pop it out and pop a new one in. Please call the tow truck immediately. Take it to the nearest mechanic and have them deal with it. And she's like the total opposite. She's fixed my car more than once. She's great. I love her so much. Anyway, that's the big scandal about Yaba being caught in the reflection. And now, but I think it's great because now she's on cam again and everybody can see that she's just as cute as ever. And she is, I mean, look, no one's ever tried to pretend they're not fat around here. Okay. I'm fat. She's fat. Like, we've not lied about this. We've not tried to conceal it. We've not tried to hide it. That is not why, either one of us have not been on camera. To be quite frank, the main reason I haven't been on camera is because I don't want y'all seeing my stuff. Like, this is none of your business what all's going on back here. And same for her. Like, you guys literally obviously zoom in on every picture we have and you study the background, you study what's going on behind us, and nobody's trying to like go through their whole office and make sure there's nothing that the internet shouldn't be seeing behind them before they do their live stream every damn morning. No one's trying to do that, but whatever. It is what it is. All right, back to you, Andy. Tell us all about it. Tell us everything you know.
My God, the nerve of her to talk about anybody else's weight and she looks like that. So she decided to double down on it and go live and put herself on camera. So,
and I'll have you know that it wasn't the people talking about her being fat. It was the final straw. And she said this on her live stream. The final straw was when she saw people saying that her teeth were rotten or something like that. She's like, you can call me fat all day, every day. Don't care. We all know I'm fat, but you're not going to say I've got rotten teeth. So she went live and showed her beautiful teeth. Yeah, right. Lisa Simpson. How about you stand up, Grimace?
There was a couple of things that were immediately clear. She was extremely nervous and uncomfortable. She was embarrassed and she was not enjoying what she was looking at.
Literally nobody has said this but you, Mandy. You're gaslighting. Just because you say it doesn't make it true.
All of that would be really irrelevant. It would be like, whatever, good on you. You cammed up. But the problem is this.
What's the problem?
Not only does she talk about other people and review other people that have a weight problem, she and her wife are extremely bothered by people talking about their weight.
Here's the thing,
right?
though, but even you're
right. Tell everybody I'm right. Back me up, Sean. Bitch, since when? When have either one of us ever given a rat's ass about people calling us fat? Please. Do you have clips to back that up? Look at her. Look at the look on her face. Look, it is so painful for him to even hear her say such horse shit. And then she looks at him. Look at the look on her face. She's like, you better back me up. You better co-sign this.
You're being kind.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But the main thing is, y'all are very bothered by it. It's clear both times when you went on camera within the last 2 days, it took a little bit of poking and you completely lost your shit.
I mean, I thought
she completely lost her shit. Where, ma'am? Where?
Maybe it was me and the fact that, but when you peruse, here's another thing. Mandy is not on Twitter.
Yeah,
so
Dude, it doesn't matter if Mandy is on the Twitter or not. You are, and you show her everything. We all know it. And how do we know it? How do we know that you show Mandy everything you see on Twitter? Because Mandy responds to everything that's said on Twitter. So just shut up with that bullshit.
Something that I'll just put out there.
I know. Exactly. Look at the chat. We are 5 minutes in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 minutes into your live stream. There are 5 comments left by 3 people. And absolutely none of it has anything to do with anything that you're talking about. How does that feel? How does that feel for the both of you? I'm sure you guys patted yourself on the back after this stream. Did you blow off a little steam? Did you get a little bit of your aggression? Did it make you feel better? 630 views.
Or like, hey, Mandy, and their tweets and this and that.
I don't look at Twitter.
Occasionally in her DMs, I'll say, hey, somebody, blah, 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 or someone will ask me, but she's not on Twitter. I am. And I started to catch up, I'm telling you, if you put it down and go like on a family vacation or do whatever for about 5 or 6 days and pick it up and start looking at what's happened in the last week, I just have so much to say. I right now, I don't know what I should say, what I want to say, but
maybe you should have written it down.
The thing with Yaba is this: she cammed up and bigger. Some of us in the drama community knew how big she was and this and that.
I didn't know she was that big.
What are you talking about? Yaba looks exactly the way she did the last time we saw her on camera. What are you talking about? You know who didn't know how big somebody was in real life? We didn't realize how big you were, ma'am. Who's got the picture of Mandy, the full body at the lake? Yeah, why don't you tell us about cheating on your third wife, Sean? Talk about that.
But you had a feeling. Yaba has built her channel, her whole career, her whole YouTube underground based on her voice. And a large part.
What are you talking about based on her voice? What are you talking about? Based on her voice. All right, let's see. Let's go to videos. We'll go by oldest. Oh my gosh. Would these be the videos that built her channel? Right? These are the videos that built her. Look, that's her shaking her ass. Look, these are the videos that built her channel. Was it built on her voice or is she on camera? She appears to be on camera to me whilst building her channel. Even in these, she's on camera 5 years ago. Oh, look at that, Amy Slayton. Look, on camera 5 years ago, on camera, looking fine as fuck. Look at this one, on camera, on camera, on camera, on camera, on camera, on camera. On camera, on camera, on camera, and look. She's always had her chubby little cheeks. On camera, on camera. Ooh, that's oh wait, I thought that was Amy Slayton and the cockroach. Oh no, I think that was when Chantel was talking about how she put the pizza boxes in the closet and got roaches. On camera, on camera, on camera. So no, yes, please tell us more, Sean, about everything you know and how smart you are and you know everything and you're the subject matter expert.
Part of that voice is making fun of everything that Foodie Beauty does, everything that Chantal does. And this is
That's right, Rosie. Yaba hasn't changed a bit. Mandy, stand up.
I don't care if you like
And
Chantal.
Amber Lynn Reed.
Amber Lynn Reed. I don't care if you like those two or not. We have friends that just don't like Foodie Beauty. It's whatever. I personally, my thing is she is a really, really good troll and she needs people to talk about her. Those people certainly need Foodie Beauty to make content.
Yeah.
Or they don't have anything. I don't know what happened. I thought about it a little bit. And yes, I'm going to admit that I gave this some thought. What in the fuck?
F-bomb. Somebody's really upset.
Yaba think was going to happen when she not only cammed up, but she did it without confidence. And she was like, this is, you guys saw it. She was like this the whole time. And then I guess the second time she was like,
she was in the dark.
And she was trying to like, girl, the photo that was taken of you that shows those chins, it's real. Here's the problem. Here's the thing that most people are saying. This is why I
saw that, Carlos.
Kiwi Farms is going off the rails and all these people. I mean, there's a
Are you frequenting the Kiwi Farms? Of course you are.
lot of people that don't like Galba. Case in point. So on that video, that vlog, she has like 18,000 views. She's got a not quite 2,000 thumbs up, which means 1 out of 9 supported that with a thumbs up.
Is he fucking serious? Are you really serious with this shit, Sean? Okay, continue.
Now you can't do thumbs down anymore.
You can, just nobody will know.
Nobody will see the numbers, but I'm just saying, here's the problem with it. If she's just cams up and everyone's like, oh, she finally cammed up. Because I tell people, I say, mostly mine was directed at like AK and Alex Glitter. Y'all need to cam up next. Your bosses have cammed up.
This is a tactic they've always used. They try this shit with Nikki P. They try this shit with Towley. This is a frequent flyer card over there in the stink box, trying to like, I don't know, gaslight other people. Yeah, those are your bosses. That's who you're taking your margin orders from. Nobody cares that you say these kinds of things, Sean. So give that one a rest or don't. I mean, however you want to go about it, it's fine. You can continue to make a total jackass out of yourself, even implying this shit. But yeah, you're not certainly not the people you're trying this shit with. You think you're gonna move Alex or AK or Nikki P or Cat's Rule or Towley with this horse shit? You're not, but please continue.
Your leaders, Yaba and Sam, have cammed up, so you guys need to do that. Wendy, you need to cam up. We'll get to Randy in a minute. Randy cammed up too. She looks awful. She looks awful, and she cams up from about here.
Well, and the other
Randy has always had the same angle. I think it's because she uses the built-in webcam on her computer. What she's supposed to do about it.
other thing is, well, Randy, you've got a mole.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you that right now. Hey, Stitching,
No, she doesn't. You're the one who always ends up with moles. You want to know why? Because you're a piece of shit garbage human being and you're a friend to no one and you're self-serving and you use everybody and you're obsessed with sticking it to your husband's ex-wife. And then ultimately you end up turning on people and then they rat you out for talking mad shit about your husband's kids. Isn't that right, Mandy? It is.
got a mole. And the person, and it's not Sin, obviously, because she can't be a mole. She's not in the group.
It's not Sin, obviously. Sure it is.
But
sure it is. She literally just said who it is. Like anyone's gonna believe you. Just it's not Sin. Okay, you got a mole, but it's not Sin. Trust me, it's not Sin. Yes, it is. Well, I mean, it's not a mole, but that's who's given them the information.
it was interesting what I found out from this person.
Hey, Stitching.
Look at her look. She had to take a great big breath before she fixes her mouth to tell this lie, and she can't even say it with a straight face. Watch.
From this person.
Hey, Stitching.
I'm going to be saying it in a second.
Hey, Southern Mama. Twitter is a cesspool.
Twitter is just a nasty, nasty thing, you know?
Can I pin stuff from here?
Yes, you can pin stuff from there. You sure can.
Here's the thing before we get on with Randy and some
Sean brings the donuts to the girl talk.
The other people.
Oh, no, we're still on Yob and Sam.
Yeah, we still are.
She can't wink. Like she forgot she can't wink.
Before we get on with Randy and some of the other people.
Oh, no, we're still on Yob and Sam.
Yeah, we still are.
Are you? If you say so. Hey, Bonatandra Jean. She doesn't like the Twitter because she can't fight. Facts. No one is bothered by the lies Sin feeds you losers. Show some proof, then we'll talk. Clown. Thank you, Wendy. Nikki P says, what the fuck? We know the fuck shit Sin's been pulling, taking spicy pics at Randy's and then lie on her and Mandy were gonna run about with Randy's husband. Yes, they both look greasy as fuck. They are.
If Yaba didn't build her whole YouTube underground on making fun, I don't care if it's making fun of the weight, how these girls, the mukbangs they do, the life that Foodie Beauty leads, she's trolling the shit out of her. If it wasn't for that, and Yaba had come on and cammed up looking every bit the size of Foodie Beauty, probably bigger.
Bitch, you wish she was the size or bigger than Foodie Beauty. Get out of my face with that shit.
Like if you just took headshots, people have been doing that.
Definitely bigger.
Definitely bigger. I don't watch a lot of Foodie Beauty.
Definitely bigger. Definitely bigger. Take our word for it.
Wouldn't matter if it didn't bother because when she did her stream, she put a side by side of her and Foodie. Yaba,
somebody did.
No, Yaba did her own stream.
Did you guys hear that? She is so smart. She's so smart. She knows everything. Listen. Hold on. Wait. Storm the Norwegian Puffin Dog. Thank you for being a member for 4 months. Shamrock's Glitter Bomb. Oh my God. I would kill my hubby if he behaved like this. Love you, Sam and Yaba. Just looked like when I first started watching you years ago. Thank you so much, Storm the Norwegian Puffin Dog. Listen to this. She's so stupid. She really thinks that Yaba is the one who made that picture of her and Chantel side by side. Sean knows. He's following, and he tries to correct his dumbass wife, but she's really dumb.
Which wouldn't matter if it didn't bother because when she did her stream, she put a side by side of her and Foodie. Yaba,
somebody did.
No, Yaba did her own stream.
No, Yaba did. No, Yaba did.
Side by side.
No, she didn't. Look at her. Look how stupid she is. And he's like, God, she's so dumb. My wife is so stupid. She's making a fool out of both of us. Yes, she is. Look at her. Look at her with that wonky eye. Are you Gigi's sister?
The bottom corner at the end of her stream to try to show maybe that Foodie is in fact bigger. No, the only thing that showed,
you dumb fuck, Belinda made that. Stupid.
Is that you're very bothered.
Very bothered.
Really? It shows that Yaba's very bothered because Belinda made that graphic. Really? And actually, she showed it that way, but she also showed it. Yes. Well, actually, I did it. I put Belinda's picture over Chantel's and put Yaba and Belinda side by side for obvious reasons. But that was me. But what you're saying, totally wrong. Oh.
And the thing is we wouldn't be, people would say she cammed up. We got, there's a lot of people who are big in this community. She cammed up, it's whatever. But because of the fact that she, in a very sometimes ugly manner, goes after other people's weight and looks and has built a channel on a big girl and, does the reviews of that, that's what makes this relevant. And that's why the Twitter universe, which Mandy isn't watching.
Bonatandra Jane says, you have titties, Sean, and you need a bra. Yeah, can we address that?
Have to fill her in. Is going, oh no.
Yeah, I've got Sean. Sean is
what are you talking about? These two are seriously acting like Yaba has canned up for the first time ever. Like this is a a first time face reveal after 7 years of pretending to be a skinny or something. Like, what are you talking about? I just scrolled her channel from the beginning. Everybody knows what Yaba has looked like from day fucking one back in 2016. Y'all are gaslighting like a motherfucker. OMFG, I can't stand the moral high ground these two are standing on. It's just like, dude, like, and that's what these two always forget is, I mean, maybe the 5 people in their chat don't necessarily follow along with this particular drama and they don't know, and you can tell them whatever, literally whatever, and they'll believe it because they don't know no better. But the rest of us know better. The rest of us have been around. We're following along. We know what's going on. We know the players. We know what you're saying, what part of what you say is true and what part you say is absolutely just totally fucking made up. What's the point? What is the point in going on your YouTube channel and doing live streams and just literally just making shit up? I don't understand that. There's no fun in that. You know, I enjoy coming on my live stream and dropping bombs that are true that I can back up with the receipts. That's what I like. I love to slap a motherfucking receipt down in front of somebody. Like, I know that's wild. Can't believe it? You don't have to believe me. Here's the receipt. These two can't do any of that. They just make shit up just to make shit up. It's great. Langley, so good to see you. Thank you for being a member for 25 months. Langley has a message for Tomatits Sean, and that is go take a bubble bath, Sean. Nice to see you, Langley.
The screenshots, I've seen some of the screenshots, and I don't know what her thought was about how it was going to go, or if she's might say she doesn't care how it was going to go. But I have seen no less than 25 people posting her pictures, her screenshots, calling her out. Some people that were her friends.
Where have you seen this? Have you seen no less than 25 people on platforms that are not Twitter doing this? Because you just got done saying that you don't go on the Twitter. So for you to have seen no less than 25 people posting shit about her, it would have to be elsewhere. Where is that? Who are they? Can you show us?
Some people that were never her friends, literally people that didn't even I didn't even know who they were. I'm getting screenshots that they were talking about it.
Ishkabibble Dib says, you're the chattiest Kathy of the YouTube streets, Sean. I'm putting that on the board. That's a banger. Hold on. That's funny as shit. I love it.
So the other thing that I was wondering, because I ponder this stuff sometimes, I have to admit, when this was the first time in a long time I looked at the community and went, this is a dumpster fire. And all the people that have been run before or have been, all the people that have lost their panache, that have lost their I guess whatever their punch is, are all kind of banding up. Who gave Yaba the advice to come up?
I think Sam did.
Really?
And I think that Sam continually does things to make her look bad. And you know why she does it? Because Sam is a narcissist.
Yeah.
As per usual, Sean fumbles the ball. Hold on. That I've got a screenshot. Look at that still.
That's true. A lot of people, and we were saying this amongst ourselves.
She wants to make sure she knows.
If you look and just peruse Twitter, there are a lot of people, like Gerward people, who are they going after right now? Have you noticed they've left? Yeah, but they've left. Oh, yeah, but they haven't done anything new.
No,
they haven't done anything new.
There's
nothing. See, the problem with when people go after people is
exactly, Wendy. That tells me this is exactly the way ATX thinks, meaning that she sets Sean up to look bad all the time. It's all projection, all of it.
They dig deep for information and they try to find out criminal records, or they try to find out stuff that they've gotten into. Mandy and I don't have any of that. Nobody
cares about anyone's criminal record. He toots his own horn on this point more than once in the first 30 minutes of this live stream. We don't have criminal records. We don't have anything like that. Okay, well, maybe you're right. Maybe you don't. But you know what you do have? You have a wife. You have a third wife who sent text messages to somebody she knows only from the internet, talking mad shit about your daughter. That's what we have. And as far as I'm concerned, that's better than a criminal record any fucking day of the week. Ain't it, Shawnee boy? Sure is. This is Mandy talking about Sean's daughter, and I believe it is the youngest one, the autistic girl. Speaking of stupid shit, I want to stepdaughter of mine to move out. LOL. She's lazy, she's annoying, she has no social skills, and she thinks she knows everything about everything, what she doesn't. And I'm like, what the fuck? You're 20 years old and you know all the answers. And why are you living with us working at Olive Garden? That's what we have on you, big boy. Look at this. This is more from your wife to a stranger on the internet about your child, your daughter, right? She thought she was going to come into our house and straight up chill when she said, "Oh, I don't think I'm going to go to school. I want to work full time." Blah, 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 blah. Here's another one. Look at this. She's totally a little Jessica. Do you know who that is in our community? Right? Hold on. How do I not have the money shot up there? The one where she calls her a dirty stank and tells her she has to get out of the 4th bedroom before the baby comes. Don't you worry, I'll find it. Goofy dumb, goofy hoe, bitch. Thank you so much for the super chat. Admitting y'all live rent free in his head. He was pondering. Sean, you stole chickens. Hold on a second. We are not going one step further until I find that freaking message. What happened to it? Those are about Becca. Where's the one where she's talking about her dirty sheets? Girl. Okay, I'll have to find it. You know where we'll find it? I'll tell you where I'll find it. Hold on a second. You view your channel. Live stream. Which one? Is it this one? Yes. Wait, is it that? Nope, it's this one. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, hold on. Oh, yes, babe. What is it? Don't. God. What? Why does it have so much cologne on it? Does it? Like cologne? Give it to me. He claims it still stinks. After you washed it? Really? That's okay. He has to give it back anyway. Goodbye. Hold on. It's a shit show. I think those strawberries need to be thrown away anyway. Here it is. All right. Share this one instead. This is from my live stream the other day where I shared it. This is the money shot. Sorry, I can't even see my chat. I had to go find that. Remember when they took, yes, Nikki P. Remember when they took pictures of the daughter's room trash to prove how bad she was when you first dropped these messages? Sean let her do that, right? Look at this. This is Sean's wife, Mandy, talking about his daughter. She needs to get out of that 4th bedroom because it's going to be a nursery for when I get pregnant. I don't want her dirty stank ass in my house with a new baby. So, right, you're right, Sean. You don't have criminal records for anyone to dig up, but this is so much better. This is so much better. This isn't a bad check that Mandy wrote 16 years ago and got a misdemeanor and a $1 fine. This is so much better. This was literally 2 years ago after you married your 3rd wife, Mandy, and your youngest daughter, I think she was 20 years old at the time, trying to get on her feet. She's on the autism spectrum. And this is the way your wife speaks about your child to strangers on the internet. Calls her a dirty stank ass and says that she needs to get out because your wife doesn't want your daughter's dirty stank ass in her house. That's what we have. You're right. I will take that over a criminal record on either one of you any fucking day of the week. You bet your ass I will. Anyway, back to you, Sean. Tell us more how you're so fucking perfect.
We've both been through divorces that have caused bankruptcies, and that's really it.
Right.
That's really it.
Right.
Okay.
Carlos wants to
That's
know
really
how
it?
girls
That's really it? Well, okay. That might be it for your public court record. But again, as I said, I will take this over bankruptcies and criminal records any fucking day of the week. This shit is solid fucking gold. And you can't deny it, can you? One can only wonder how Jessica would feel reading those messages. And from what I understand, from what I know about Jessica, Jessica throws hands. If I were Mandy, I would be concerned. I would not want Jessica finding out the way that I talked about her kid if I was Mandy.
I saw that.
I would guess that if you do shave down there, if that's, you know, something that you still do, I doubt that either one of them do any personal upkeep, because the last time they saw each other's was probably a very long time ago.
Isn't she the one who makes such a big deal about people, but me specifically, talking about her private parts? Yeah, here she is. Yeah, here she is. Yeah, you want to hear it again? Here you go.
If that's, you know, something that you still do, I doubt that either one of them do any personal upkeep, because the last time they saw each other's was probably a very long time ago.
I want to know who gave her that advice, because it
said smooth as butter, baby.
was awful. You know, I watch a lot of basketball. Do you guys ever watch where they've got like Kendrick Perkins and Carmelo Anthony, and he's like, I'm all about good advice, and Kendrick Perkins is like, Mello, you give horrible advice.
No, nobody has any fucking idea what you're talking about. Your audience consists of 99% old women, Sean. Nobody knows what you're talking about.
I'm just wondering. I mean, it's beautiful for drama. But anyway, she
yeah, I said last night, Mandel. She called her Mandel.
Comes on. She's hiding behind it.
Nikki P be knowing they remember for 20 months while everyone gets to see and use Sean's parts. Your husband's a cheater and a woman beater. Oh my God, that's a banger. Nikki P is going on the board.
Hiding behind was it a core bottle?
It was.
Like
she was trying to. Okay, so someone had told her obviously that it's easy if you lean forward like this and put your face in the camera. That it is a good angle, and then she kind of just used this as a prop to go back and
see how Mandy's doing this. Do that. You can lean in and all that. You see the jawline. You see that.
No,
but just hear me out. Look when she smiles like she just did.
And I'm a big girl.
Yeah, but look at her cheeks. Look how that is. See, that's what you can't fake that. There's not a filter to make that happen. When Yaba leaned forward, she's got like a Charlie Brown head. I mean, it's just the cheeks don't.
Sir, you should not be talking about the size or shape of anyone's head. This man is a shrunken head. He literally has a tiny little head on a great big body. And now you're going to force me to once again stop my show and go over to the community tab post on your channel and scroll like a motherfucker until I find a picture of you. Look at this. Look at that. I didn't have to scroll that far. Look at this. Shrunken head, big body. His tits are bigger than mine and Yaba's put together. I will give him that. Look, you should not be commenting on the size or shape of anyone's head, sir. Look at this. Look at the size of his head compared to the size of his body. Look. And look, girl, come on now. There's a reason you had to wear a black dress that flows from right underneath the bosom. Hold on. There's a better one. It's old as crap, though, and it's probably on the other channel, but boy, howdy. Can you sort by oldest on community tab? I don't know. Look at that. Look at the size of your breasts, Sean. Look at that. Look at that slop. Look at the grease. God. Also, look at that hideous ring. Look at that. Y'all want to talk about our rings? Give me a fucking break. Our rings are gorgeous. Uh-oh. What's this? Hold on. Incoming. Diaper needs to be changed in this one. Hold on. Thank you. Let me put that up on the board. Give me a second. Look at the angles. Hold on. Let me slap that one up there. I have to convert it. Hold on. Quick actions. Oh, over there. Convert. Thank you. Look at this. You want to talk about anyone. Meanwhile, you're walking around with a soggy, dirty diety in your kitchen. Her shoulders are broader than her husband's. Okay, hold on. But listen, there was a picture they posted of Sean in his one suit, the one suit he owns. And you can really, really see the disproportionate size of that man's head to his body. He has a tiny little head and like this really big body, and it's really weird looking. Oh my God, I think she took it down. I bet it's on Mrs. ATX. That'll be easier to find anyway. Hold on. Let's see. If not, I'll have to look back in my files. Oh my God, 1 hour ago. Are you watching, Mandy? She's watching. Hey, girl, and say hey. Oh, look, she's been posting on her community tab. Over on Mrs. A. Oh my God, you guys. This is the level of absolute lunacy we are dealing with. This is Mandy's Mrs. ATX channel 5 days ago. This is Trisha's ex-boyfriend. And I mean ex-boyfriend. I mean, he's remarried. He's married now to this woman who they obsess over. This was Trisha's boyfriend in like 2020. And this is her posting a picture of him and his wife on her YouTube community tab in 2024. Does he know that you're posting pictures, that you're stalking him and his wife and posting their pictures on their YouTube channel specifically to taunt his ex-girlfriend and your ex-wife? You are sick. Look at that old freak. Oh my God. That is truly disturbing. Can you guys afford to be planting if you're not working? Can you afford that right now? We all know how financially irresponsible you are. Oh, she was an OG. Hopefully she found peace. She hated you. She hated you more than she hated me. You should take that down. You look ridiculous posting her picture. And where'd you get that? Her daughter's Instagram? Weird. Look at the picture she posted of herself. What is this? What is this pose? What is this hair? What are you doing? Weird. What's this? Is that just a face you're making? So strange. Look at that. She's really impressed with herself, huh? Lots of selfies on the community tab post. Look at all the stuff she's deleted. Look at all the stuff she's made private. Interesting. Look at that. Taking a picture of you holding your husband's hand. Like, just weird. Like, who?
Oh, prom day is July 16th and the 17th. With all these deals, I could be more than Megan Thee Stallion. I could be Megan the.
It's prime day. You be a member if you want free shipping. Hey, yeah, start clicking.
Who cares about that shit? I bet she's taking that picture of Sean down when he's got the really shrunken head. Because, I mean, it was bad. Look at that old man, that old fart. I love that for her. Oh, look, that's me. Yes, that's Callie. It's a pillowcase, actually. Look at that. Look at the tiny little head on the extra large body. The nerve of you talking about the size of anyone's head, sir. Oh my God, look, that is Trisha's ex-boyfriend. This is Mandy's husband's ex-wife's ex-boyfriend and his wife. And she has taken this personal photograph from their personal Facebook and she's putting it on her YouTube community tab post. And for what? You don't know these people. You're not friends with these people. They have nothing to do with you. Do you really think this woman is interested in her and or her husband having any sort of friendship or relationship with her husband's ex-girlfriend's ex-husband's new wife? You're weird, Mandy. You are extra fucking weird. Weird. I don't even know what to say about all that. That is some weird shit. And I promise you, we'll find more. We will find more just like that. Let's see. I think she just took something down. Did you see how it skipped like that? I bet she beat me to that picture and took it down. That's too bad. Those are hideous. Look at this absolute freak. Do you know what this is? This is some woman who died from cancer and she posted about it. Some YouTuber. Weird shit, dude. Look at that. Look at that. Nerve of you. I told you he looks like a one ball sack. Didn't I? I told you. One ball sack. I told y'all. I told ya. And that's it. I told you she deleted it. Anyway, back to last night. Let's hear Sean talk more about other people's heads.
Look at that gorgeous mouth and the cheek lines. It's like it's a
troll.
goddess. But now, could you imagine Yaba given a profile and then turning like this?
But
It's just like bowling ball.
She
It's
did.
like-
I was just looking at it going, here she is. At one point, she was saying that she was going to have to go round her youngin' up because he needed, it was a certain time. That was for the benefit
The
of the
soundbite that we
stream
saw,
because-
the soundbite we saw that she read someone's troll comments that said something about her being big.
Ron super chatted her, and not only did she accept it and let him stay, she said, we'll take money from anybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a discombobulation at the best. If Ron can come into that stream, what did he give, $3 or something?
I don't know.
like that?
I didn't see it. I just heard it.
And she was like,
And then at one point they decided to talk about, she kept going, but back to you.
Hold on. What are they talking about? Let me tap it back.
Money from anybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
That said something about her being big.
That's what I thought they were saying. They think that Ron was Neg's Ron. Why are the two of you sitting taken to camera on a Monday night on your YouTube channel speaking on things that you just are dead ass wrong about? I thought Sean said that he was checking in and keeping up.
Ron super chatted her, and not only did she accept it and let him stay, she said, we'll take money from anybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a discombobulation at the best. If Ron can come into that stream, what did he give, $3 or something?
I don't know.
like that?
I didn't see it. I just heard it.
And she was like,
What a dumb fuck. First of all, that was not Ron as in Negative Nation Negs. That was, what was his name? Life by Ron, aka Sofa King. And it was 50 big ones, dipshit.
And then at one point they decided to talk about, she kept going, but back to you, Belinda, about Belinda, because she would have to redirect back to that because she had to focus on something that would keep her from, because she was so distracted.
stuttering. And here's the thing. I think that maybe someone said the next logical step
Carlos,
for your career
Karen.
to go would be to cam up. Maybe that's what they said. And if you cam up, you're going to take a rash of shit. for maybe a month or whatever, and then people will move off of it.
But the other thing,
that's got to be the only reason why she did. I mean, it was so. I mean, the timing is horrible.
Yeah, and the
timing
other
was
thing,
fucking horrible.
The other thing was, I guess Samantha also
Hey,
turned on her. Hey Presley, turned on her cam for a sec the next day or the same day, but she kept it to a little square. She was, sharing things, and she put herself on camera for a second, in a little square. But you can blow the little square up.
Dude, that's how StreamYard is set up. When you're screen sharing, here, sorry, I'm gonna put it back on camera. When you're screen sharing, it goes to a little square. You guys have been doing this since like 2017 as well. You still don't know how the StreamYards works? That's interesting. Yes, please show a screenshot of me on camera.
That's Samantha.
Yeah.
So that picture that she shows for everything, the one that she shows,
she looks like
the one that she shows where she has this and she's half smile, whatever. This is a candid picture.
She looks like
the nerve of you. We just thumbed through your many selfie shots and they're all the same fucking angle. That's why your camera view when you're live, you got the camera all the way the fuck up there. Why don't you put the camera dead on your face, Meredith Jean? Why don't you do that? Pan down, fatty. Exactly, Nikki P.
Somebody's great aunt that's looking down at a tub of Rocky Road, like.
And again, if she wasn't so bothered by it, then it wouldn't be that big of an issue. But here's another
sure who's bothered by it.
One of her right there. So not quite. We all know how to take profile pictures and make them look good, and we've been doing it for years. That's fine.
Yeah.
But when someone turns on their camera, and again, it wouldn't be worth making.
Rachel Langley, thank you so much for gifting 20 Samantha Jean membership. Shake him out of the tree, will you? Pickled Sugarfoot, Glamour Mayhem, Batty, Legal Weasel, Rosie Leon, Mimi K, Ari M, Dalla, don't know your name, Murder Cupcake, Espresso, Fruit Punch, Darcy. Would that be Darcy as in Darcy Curly? We'll find out. Just Ducky, TM, Catalina, Strawberry Punch, Queen Mamie Longlegs, Up to Taco. Did I get them all? Phoenix, Jenny Talia, and Lady Kaylee. Was that everybody? Did I miss anybody? If I missed anyone, please step forward. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Thank you so much, Langley. I appreciate you supporting my channel. Thank you so much. Welcome all new members. Don't forget, there are custom emojis for members. And this one right here, coupled with this one right here, is representative of none other than Mandy and Sean. There's Grimace, and there is BJ's dump that she got evicted from. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Criticizing if it wasn't for the fact that they have something to say about everybody else's weight.
That's right. We have something to say about every motherfucker on the internet that's got something to say about us. We sure do. And you know what? We dish it and we can fucking take it. Sure can. All right. So it's fine. Now that we have that out of the way. Look at me. I'm on camera.
Everybody's weight, everybody's looks, everybody's life, everybody's past. And then you come on looking like
what?
Brown.
Right.
Yeah, with the Charlie Brown head. Now, as I keep looking at Mandy here, and you guys, I'm lucky because I get to stare at this all the time.
It is getting bad out there.
Oh my gosh, she's trolling.
See, but look.
Did y'all notice how dark it got in here all of a sudden? We've got a storm rolling through.
Thank
you so much, Langley.
Look when she smiles. Look at her cheeks. Look at her high cheekbones. Right. Look at that. I mean, it's like.
But here's the thing.
It's easy for Mandy to pull off camming up.
But who's got those pictures of Mandy when she used to be fat before she had the weight loss surgery? I know they're out there. I've seen them myself.
The thing. It always has. I used to cam up even when I was much bigger. But
Sunday, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm usually replay gang for you and Yaba. Fun to catch a live. Just wanted to show you some love. Thank you so much, Sundays. I appreciate you supporting my channel. Bonathandra says, Sean, your wife looks like she's snorting perks. Ima says, that's makeup, you dumb twat. I have a screenshot of Mandy where she has like a whole like line of the, what do you call that? The contour, that really dark contour that you're supposed to blend in to make your face look slimmer. She has a whole line of contour that she did not blend. So yes, we know for a fact that your wife uses makeup and contours her face to achieve the chiseled look. Good for her. Not everyone can be bothered because some of us don't care what other people say about our appearances. I'm on camera. I don't have a stitch of makeup on. I'm wearing this ratty ass t-shirt. I didn't even blow dry my hair this morning. I don't care. But it's nice to know that you guys think I do. Mandy has always had trouble blending. Drives me crazy too.
The problem also is this. I'm a big girl. We all know this. I put body shots out all the time and people have a field day with them.
Yeah.
But the problem, I'm not bothered by it, is the thing. I'm not bothered by it.
And if you had been...
Well, that's great. Nobody's bothered by the size and shape of their own bodies. I'm glad that we cleared that up. 17 minutes, 25 seconds. We're still talking about it. That's right.
If we had been doing whatever, if we had built our channel by reviewing...
Let's see how long that lasts. I am April Wilkerson, and I'm a builder. I am always running and gunning, going from one spot over to another, whether it be in my work or in my hobby. And I put a high value on function, durability, and high quality. I want to build it once and then never think about it again. And that's why I resonate with Arctic here, because they are overbuilt, but not overpriced. This thing is ultra tough, which is exactly how it got its name. And I actually put it to the test in quite a few fun different ways. Going. For 6,000 pounds, this thing is awesome. I am beyond impressed with how well this cooler stood up to my trial. So let's give it an Arctic funeral as a one last trial. Raven. Dude, that is so funny. You see the ice? You see if the Arctic can sustain that. I don't know what other chefs to prove that this is one tough cookie. I need a cooler that can keep up with me, both in mobility, but also durability. So you don't have to worry about the kind of terrain that you're taking this thing down. I've taken it downstairs, I've taken it on mud, I've taken it on sand, I've taken it on rugged trails. If I'm going out to the boat for an hour wakeboarding after work, then I'm taking this one, especially for the mobility. But if I'm on a job site for, let's say, a project's going to take me 3 weeks, I can fill this with beverages and water and ice at the very beginning of the week and then not think about it for the rest of the week. Being able to use the wide variety of products, regardless of what crazy activity I'm into next, it's just crucial. Oh yeah, still cold. Cheers to you, Arctic.
Jane, this is your father. Before you hang up, I've been arrested. Hello?
You sure y'all paying y'all's bills? Because this phone don't work.
I've been hearing Axel following stories since the academy.
Detective, did you ever read your file? This is a lot.
This isn't my first time in Beverly Hills. Please tell me you didn't get arrested again.
Twice, but I broke out. I'm
back to Cali. Doing people, pausing things, making snarky comments about big.
That's Drew Bradley D. She said it herself, and I know somebody's still looking for that clip. It's on my channel somewhere. Who's got time? But yeah, she said that her only job is to look pretty and give good head. Oh Lord have mercy.
Making snarky comments about their mukbangs when they're truly trolling anyway, and they want the attention. Just picking on people, picking on their weight, picking on their life because these other people are trying to show you their life on the internet. I mean, on one hand,
dude, it is so dark out that there is a pretty bad storm rolling in. I hope it doesn't start thundering and lightning like it did last time. That scared the shit out of me.
Foodie Beauty gives everybody enough content to laugh at her and to make fun of her and this and that. But
why do they keep saying, I'm going to turn my camera off just because the glare of my glasses is like so. I muted myself instead of turning my camera off. Okay, anyway. I know, it's super dark. Lord have mercy. I'm going to open my blind. Hold on. I want to keep an eye on things. Ooh, wait. Holy crap. I forgot what I was saying. Y'all remember that day I was live and I had my window open? It was like really bad thunder and lightning and it was like really loud, scared the shit out of me and I almost cried.
I just don't, for the freaking life of me, couldn't think. I'm glad Yaba cammed up. I can't think of why she would do it. It was like one of those, when people say gotcha moments, that was a gotcha moment.
Stitching says, Yaba was never concerned about her weight before. She seemed stronger years ago. Well, when people would criticize her weight, she would get upset.
But she would come up. You would see her face, when she was with, and one of the things that was kind of iconic, I don't know where Katie is, Miss Fucking Wonderful is with her life right now. It's been a long time since we've tuned in.
But she had a comment about it.
She just came underneath. Someone took a screenshot of something. I don't even.
Fantastic. That was a banger. If that's her only job, no wonder she went bankrupt. Thank you so much for being a member for 22 months. Fantastic.
Remember who it was. Maybe it was like that damn it Amber person or something like that. I don't know the Twitter people that well, but Katie just right under it just went, God damn. And that's all.
I had asked Sean, I said, wait till Katie reacts. And he's like, oh, she has.
She has. It was a one word, not even a one-liner, one word. And
I think he needs to worry about not dying, not drinking herself to death. We're not really concerned with Katie. Rest in peace, Katie.
That's what she would say. People that know the history know that sort of Yaba and Katie came up together. They kind of came up a little bit when we were all, didn't have channels at all. And, Yaba, kind of went her own way. And if you look at what Katie looks like, and it's not good. It's not good. She had some surgery, just a ton of weight, but it's not good. And you look like Yaba looks like. Their combined weights today would be the same as their combined weights 7 years ago.
Yeah, that's probably. What the fuck? How does that? How does that track? I don't follow. Could you maybe try again and explain that one this evening? That'd be great because I'm not tracking that one. Hellfire, thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. Pega Cup has absolutely 100% diagnosed type 2 serial infidelity. That's right, Hellfire. That was a banger. Thank you for that. Catsroll says you still don't have a channel. Hey, Catsroll, nice to see you. One win. Wendy from Dr. Phil says, you know what? I've had many private conversations with Yaba over many years, and you know what? She has never whined about her body. These idiots make no sense. None whatsoever. Hey, Mads T, nice to see you. Hey, Rissa. Ooh, Nikki PB, no one says I've sent a couple of ATX and banger pics. LOL. Also from Wendy. Not that she whines about anything, LOL, but you know what I mean. I'm a candy ass. I swear I think he has a vagina. He is entirely invested in lady drama. P-Day 2-Day, Sean is stuck in the OGDC. No, he's not. He's stuck in the Trisha Hate Train community. He was never OGDC. He wishes he was Uncle Rico looking motherfucker. Okay, hold on. Let me find my DMs. Oh my God. 1, there's a banger. Holy shit. 2, there's a banger. She posted that on Twitter. That's great. I know I've got old ass pics of Mandy when she was a fatty. I just have to go look for him. Sorry, I was ill prepared. We had a meeting this afternoon and I had to do my work this morning and then I had to prepare for the meeting and then we had the meeting and it didn't leave me much time to prepare for today's stream and I apologize for that. But don't you worry. There's always tomorrow and we can revisit Mandy and Sean every day for sure. Yes, absolutely, baby. I will.
More equally dispersed.
Yep.
It looks like Katie took the weight off of herself and handed it straight to Yaba, and Yaba ate it like it was a Arby's triple cheddar or something like that.
Carlos says, I never understood the fascination of making fun of fat people when you're fat also. I've never understood that either.
But there's a lot of people now, Carlos, now.
It's a thing. In fact, that is what Yaba has built her brand on, dipshits. It's called fat on fat crime, and it's a thing.
For a second, let's tune into like AK and Alex Glitter. I have a feeling people will be awful surprised when they come up, but they won't. They won't. But they're leaders. They're fearless leaders. You guys follow.
Yes, Blue Shumu. They think Life with Ron is Ron Quarterman. Blue Shumu wants to hear. Are you listening, Mandy? I know you're watching because you're posting on your community tab because you're in such a rage because you're watching my stream. Life by Ron is a friend of someone on my 600-pound life who died. Yes, and also she said we can be bought. Of course. Oh my God, that storm's coming in.
Everything that Yaba and Sam tell you to do.
Oh wait, who won't cam up? I don't know. I don't know who they're talking about. Should I tap back? How far back, Nikki P? Just a little bit, or is it too much? Hey, Sam, how did they kill that baby chicken? I'll tell you how they killed that baby chicken, Catalina. The baby chicken was born with some sort of like defect in its legs. And instead of letting nature take its course the way it does, they brought that chicken inside and they literally tortured that chicken by prolonging its tiny little life way past when Mother Nature would have taken it back. And yeah, literally they forced that little baby chick to live in pain until it died. Yeah, basically. Hold on, was Nikki just a little bit? All right, we'll see.
Also, I've never understood.
Arby's triple cheddar off of herself and handed it straight to Yaba, and Yaba ate it like it was a Arby's triple cheddar or something like that.
Carlos says, I never understood.
We don't really like Arby's. We told you that. Yaba prefers the McDonald's. I prefer the Taco Bell.
The fascination of making fun of fat people.
Oh, Pickle Sugarfoot said they were talking. Won't cam up. Thank you, Pickle Sugarfoot.
So I've never understood that either.
But there's a lot of people now, Carlos. Now, for a second, let's tune into like AK.
Catalina, no, they did not take it to the vet either. Langley, no, they didn't eat it. It was just a little tiny baby. It was a baby.
Alex Glitter. I have a feeling people will be awful surprised when they come up, but they won't. They won't.
Me too, Sunny Day.
But they're leaders. They're fearless leaders. You guys,
right, but they don't make fun of people.
Guys follow everything that Yaba and Sam tell you to do. Now they've cammed up.
Well, speaking of their new little cesspool that they've got going on, where everyone has gone to.
Thank you, Flushumu. Wicked Crafter, thank you so much for the super chat. Who's more qualified to talk about fatties than a bunch of lovely fatties? We get it. Obviously, they don't. Exactly. AK says, I look like my photos, LOL. They said Wendy and Randy earlier. Oh, that's right. Yeah, they really want Randy and Wendy to cam up for some reason.
That have tried.
What's that thing screaming in the background? Now they have a whole ass bird. So now they have like, I shit you not. I think they've got 5 cats, a dog, about 30 chickens, and this bird. Birds are gross.
To do a channel, and they've just all kind of gone there. That Hillbilly Wonder.
Oh, prom day is July 16th and the 17th. With all these deals, I could be more than Megan Thee Stallion. I could be making the.
Sign up to be a member if you want free shipping. Yeah, start clicking.
Hello， 大家好，我是地产世界陈森迪，欢迎收看我们地产世界的第157期节目。今天呢，森迪我要和大家分享的是图尔兄弟最近要在圣地亚哥推出的一个新盘，这个新盘啊，真的数量是非常有限的限量发行啊，但是呢，这是一个非常好的 location， 位置非常好，不仅适合长租，也适合短租。为什么呢？待会我细细跟你说来。那话不多说，开始我们今天的分享。也许呢，有些观众朋友就会说，森迪啊，你做的这个房地产行业好像跨度有点大呀，不仅仅北到 旧金山南到 San Diego， 中间还有这么多区域，我们也都做，像马里布啊、洛杉矶啊、Orange County 呀、，of course，说跨度有点大这个其实主要是为什么我强调我是加州地产商，而不是洛杉矶地产商呢？因为我住的地方特别多，住过的地方特别多啊，像比如说旧金山我也住过然后 Orange County 我也住，然后当然洛杉矶也住过，包括 San Diego 我也住过，所以说今天我给大家着重推出的这个新盘呢，就在 San Diego， 我在 San Diego 做了好几年，所以我对 San Diego 也特别熟。其实我也有投资资产在不同地方，所以自己因为也投资嘛，所以说对很多区域呢，适合投资的区域也非常熟悉。那今天要给大家介绍的新盘叫做 Mira Vista。New Home Community 是托尔兄弟呢进行打造的一个非常小的楼盘，才40套，所以说呢真的是限量发售，而且它是呢就是长住短租，我有说是长租短租2相宜，应该这样说所以呢，那开始我们今天的分享哈。那首先呢，跟大家介绍就是 San Diego 它这里的房市的最近的情况。那他就说了，这个在 San Diego 投资的话，跟 Orange County 或者是洛杉矶包括北加旧金山有什么区别呢？因为我们不要用那么多参数哈，我就用最简单大家比较熟悉的耳湾的方式，又作为参数来对照一下，就圣地亚哥它的方式是什么样情况。我们从2015年左右的数据到2024年，那现在你看的线性图呢，就是橙色的线呢是耳湾的方式，那绿色的线呢是San Diego 的方式。你看到这个在就是说在 San Diego 的那个就是房市，它的可以说目前来说，它的房产总值呢是大概是在97万，它的97万不到100万然后在 Urban 呢是大概是140万，San Diego 呢它 one year change， 也就是它的去年就到今年它的房价的增长呢是大概8.2%，那你看这个线形图它有什么相比较有什么区别呢？其实很容易可以看得出来，就是说Urban 的房市的话，它的增幅更大，而且增速更快大家说这两条线有那么容易看出来吗？其实我们天天经常看线形图，经常看数据，所以一目了然了。就是你可以看从这个大概2020年开始，疫情开始，你看这个橙黄色线耳湾的话，它这直接上来的速度是非常快的，而且幅度比较大的。然后往下掉的时候呢，就是有点平缓期，往下调的时候呢，就是你看在2022年，也就是说在加息以后，这个房价有点往下调的时候，耳湾的房价也是下调的非常非常少哈，也就是稍微的往下低了点头，然后又直接又往上冲了。像 San Diego 的话，它往下调的幅度更大一些，然后往上走的幅度呢相对来说小一点。即便如此的话但是因为什么？因为 San Diego 的房价它的可负担性更强，而且呢它的就是资金要求量，从投资角度来说的话，它的 capital 不是那么的 intensive， 它的资金要求量不是那么高，所以 San Diego 的房市还是非常受人欢迎的，不管是说买来自住刚性需求，还是说买来投资作为长线投资，都是非常不错的选择。所以我还是觉得 San Diego 还是真的是可以对我来说我是觉得还是不错的，可以就作为投资客来说的话，我觉得是还是不错的可以下手投资的地方。这个呢线形图给大家看的跟刚才那个就不一样了，这个就告诉你就是说它的要价跟那个什么售价它之间的区别。那红色的线呢就是上市的 San Diego 房市上市的要价，也就是挂牌价蓝色的虚线呢就是它的什么成交价，也就是售价。其实这里可以显而易见看得出来就是在2023年初2022年底2023年初那里是最好捡漏的时候不知道大家有没有谁抓住这个点抓住这个点入手买房。在 San Diego 能看那个时候的话，就基本上你可以低于市要价很多的那个价格把它拿下来。现在的话呢，目前2024年还是有一定的 gap， 也就是说呢，你还是可以低于挂牌价一些拿下买下房产，但是就没有2022年底和2023年初的那个 gap 它之间的那个区别那么大了。所以有些时候的话呢，有些时候就是有些不管是买自住房还是说投资房，很多看客呢，就是说前怕狼后怕虎，或者是说对数据不太了解，或者是说考虑的过多，就是比如说 over and analyze become paralyzed， right？ 就是考虑的过多，反而是前怕狼后怕虎，没有客观的去分析数据，去观察或者跟进就是房市的趋势，而去做最好的最明智的决定。其实真的是2023年底2023年初2022年底真的是非常好的一个非常好的就是投资或者是买房的一个那个 window 那个窗口可以这么说。那现在目前来讲呢 San Diego 它的房市现在在市面上出售的中值是 29天，也就是说差不多30天左右，这个已经是相对来说，已经是下调了。也就是说，San Diego 的现在房市它的活动量增加了，也就是它的。就说增加了，不仅增加，而且是什么？它的速度也加快了，也就是说成交的速度更加快了。也就是说，现在只有很多买家又开始步入房市了。这个总体来说的话，对于房市是一个激励的一个正向的 positive 那个 sign。一个表现。那咱们来看一下这个社区哈，就是这个 Mila Vista 这个 Toll Brother 要打造的这个新社区，它的位置在哪里？因为我在 San Diego 住过是吧？所以我对 San Diego 比较熟。我原来住在 Delmar Heights，那刚搬过去的时候住在 Delmar Heights，后来住在 Rancho Santa Fe，所以也就是说 Rancho Santa Fe 还有 La Jolla 这些都是 old money， 都是老钱。然后你要是说去Delmar 那是 new money， 是新钱。那这个呢，这个community 它处在的位置在 PB， 也就是 Pacific Beach，在 Pacific Beach 这边，这个靠近那个5号高速，离 Pacific Beach 很近，而且离那个 UC San Diego 也很近，也就是说它北是靠近 La Jolla， 也就是 San Diego 的老钱所在位置 La Jolla， 然后南呢是靠近 Mission Beach 和 Mission Bay， 所以它基本上就是被海湾给环绕了这个 location， 靠海比较近，所以它地理位置是非常有优势的。你看这里就是去圣地亚哥的国际机场也只要9迈。去 San Diego 的Zoo 动物园只要也不到9迈，8.8迈。去 UCSD， 也就是我刚刚提到的，就是圣地亚哥大学加州大学圣地亚哥分校，才只要8迈不到，7.7迈。去 Mission Beach 才6.9迈 ，Downtown San Diego 去市区才只要7.6迈，然后去 Orange County 来Orange County 来 Irvine 来新港才只要80迈左右。所以它的地理位置还是非常有优势的那我们具体看一下，就是它的这个楼盘的介绍。这个呢 Mira Vista 是由上场大家都知道Toll Brother 可以说是在美国的建商群里面是它的天花板了，因为它不仅是说常年就是多年以来都是拿到美国的建商排名第一，不仅仅是它质量非常好，同时它的那个什么设计也非常新颖，是非常受买家的欢迎的。也就是说，我甚至有客户跟我说，直接跟我说，Cindy我要买新房，只买 Toll Brother 的新房。为什么？因为他们知道 Toll Brother 的口碑信誉非常好，他们建出来的房子的质量是非常不错的，那他们很多地方保质保修，当然它价钱相对来说会高一些，那这个东西相辅相成，便宜没好货是吧？你可以去买其他小的建商开发的房子，价格上可能会有一些优势，但是呢很多时候会有一些质量问题，或者他不给你保那么多的 warranty， 所以很多东西的话都是取决于什么？一个取舍。所以这整个社区才只有40套，所以它是叫联排别墅，就是 townhomes，只有4套，所以它的数量真的是非常有限。也就是说，它在成熟社区里面这么出来的一个什么叫infill 的一个小地。OK， 所以它这种好处在于什么？它一般来说的话，它的持有成本相对来说比较低的，因为它是成熟社区，所以它很多基础建设设施已经是什么 pre-existing， 所以它不需要再去，比如说埋下水管道埋电缆要去平电的，就是很多那些基础建设，基本上这些都已经前期工作已经都完成了，已经是 pre-existing， 所以呢，它的没有一些什么，它的税相对来说就比较低，没有什么special assessment或者是说我应该说是 Melrose 这没有这些特加税，所以呢，它的持有成本非常低。总共才只有40套，所以呢，这个真的是可以这么说吧，就是说你相对来说就是要考虑，就是说你不一定能排得到，但是的话你不争取，你一点机会都没有，是不是？这个地方我非常看好，其实我自己也想在投资，我也是在找投资，因为自己做房地产嘛，所以我也经常都是不仅在帮客户看房，同时呢自己也在寻找投资的机会。
Randy made a comment.
Oh my gosh.
She made a comment under it. Sam was dragging out some old shit that she showed a million times. And so
she means she's talking about the text messages between Mandy and Angela, where Mandy was saying horrible, awful things about her stepdaughter, Sean's daughter. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab a screenie of this still because that is quite the face you're making there, ma'am.
So Randy, I guess, was watching the replay and saying, I already know it's going to be lit. And Randy has...
How old are you, Randy? Is it lit?
Listen, Randy has...
Who are you? Who are you? Are you the slang grammar police? Does Sean P. Curley, elderly man living in Dawsonville, Georgia with his third fucking wife get to decide like how old you have to be or not be to say certain words? You're wearing a fucking AC/DC shirt, Grandpa. The nerve of you. The absolute fucking nerve of you. Look at that face. Look at that. I'm gonna grab a screenie of that one too. Just a moment. Thank you.
A shamrock next to her name. Randy is a Samantha simp. And I think that's absolutely...
Dude, so she's a member on my channel. Guess what, dumb fuck? I'm a member on your channel too.
Fabulous.
Well, we always knew that she was.
Well,
we knew that she was back when the St. Jude thing was going on. And
the other thing that I know,
she didn't quite know how to go.
The other thing I know is I found out.
Did you see that? Look at that. Watch it again. Watch. This is great. You're right, Nikki P.
Well,
we knew.
Watch. This is Mandy. She doesn't want Sean to talk. She signals him to shut the fuck up. Watch.
And I think that's
Yep.
absolutely
Well,
fabulous.
we always knew that she was. we
Well-
knew that she was back when the St. Jude thing was going on, and
The other thing that
she
I
didn't
know-
quite know how to go.
Your husband was mid-sentence, and you just interrupted the shit out of him. Watch it again.
Absolutely
But
fabulous.
we always knew that she was.
Well-
we knew that she was back when the St. Jude thing was going on, and
The other thing that
she
I
didn't
know-
quite know how to go.
The other thing I know is
You see the way he nodded to her and is like, oh, yes, I'll shut up. I know you want me to shut up. I'll shut up. You see that nod? I just have to watch it one more time. This is fucking great.
We just knew that she was.
Well-
we knew that she was back when the St. Jude thing was going on, and
the other thing that
she
I
didn't
know.
quite know how to go.
The other thing I know is I found out what
I wonder why Mandy doesn't want Sean talking about the St. Jude thing. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that Mandy cut him off and signaled to him to shut the fuck up as soon as he started talking about the St. Jude thing? Mandy, why is that?
Know how to go.
the other thing I know is I found out what Yaba and Sam have on Randy.
She is such a
What?
bad liar.
Yaba has.
She's such a bad. You suck so bad at this. This right here. This is the same face she made when we watched a clip of it the other day. Do you guys remember when she called Sean Brian and she had to make up that ridiculous excuse on the fly? Hold on, I'm gonna go find it. Hold on, just give me a second. What? Oh, hold on. I want to kind of keep that there. Shoot. All right, hold on. Oh crap! Dang it! Hold on. I know it's on Tally's channel. Videos. That is the same exact facial expression she made when she called Sean Brian and then had to make up that ridiculous ass excuse. Watch.
The channels that we watch, I forgot that was asked. Okay, the channels that we watch are typically, and it's changed because some people we've quit watching, like Rich Life, we quit watching.
Based on his behavior.
We watched the Julia Zeld. Brian gets, Brian doesn't get anything out of it.
Now, if I said
Right there. You should have just laughed it off.
Do you know why it came out like that? Because I was thinking you don't get off on lesbians. And so it came out the other way because I had that in my past.
Anyway, I love that one. Where were we? Back over here.
What Yaba has is some naughty pictures. Now, the naughty pictures are supposedly of Jim. That's what was told to the person.
Who the fuck would put out?
But which is
That's a really good question. Who the fuck would put out naked pictures of an old man? No offense, but if you guys don't know, Randy's husband he's older than Sean. He is an elder. He is an old man. Who in the high hell would want naked pictures? No offense, Randy, of an old man. Least of all, two lesbian women. Shame on you. Shame on you. Is that her cousin passed? Mm-hmm. Nikki P says because she's in the background trying to wrangle the OGDC for info on you and Yaba because she's hardly any allies left and her only friend in town is boinking her bloke. That's true. All true, Nikki P. PJ says, where the fuck? What the fuck? Where did that even come from? Jim is an old man and Randy isn't man's pics with anybody. No. And I can't believe it took her this long to come up with this shit. Because Mandy, look at that still. Look at the still of both of them. Look at Ron. Look at Sean over there. Not only is he making the girliest of girly old lady bitch faces, but he's got his little finger pointing up in the air when he does it. This one is going in the vault. What was I talking about? I don't remember what we're talking about now. Holy shit, that's great. Ima says, raise your hand if you are not a cousin fucker. Everyone raise your hand if you are not a cousin fucker. Mandy, put your hand down. Sean, by proxy, you're a cousin fucker. Put your hand down.
really bad.
But
I don't think they're of Jim. I think they're of you, Randy.
and here's the thing: when I thought about it, I was like, why would she exploit her own?
You confided in two different people
Mhm.
about that. And both of those people have come separately and said that's what.
Right here.
Because
You're lying and you're co-signing your wife's lies. You're both a couple of fucking liars and you know it. Prove it.
have been saying for a very long time they have something that has her in lockstep.
Mhm.
That has her. Now
Besides
one
her
win.
just be-
Now one
besides her
win.
just being fickle.
The
and
one.
having a
The
look.
one win has.
Shut up, Sean. Your third wife is talking. Look at that. Oh, that's another one going down. There we go.
The dog.
Mhm.
And apparently Samantha keeps the dog's microchip in her name
Mhm.
so that she can pretend that she could take the dog back at any time, which it would never
No,
happen.
it would never work.
Wendy from Dr. Phil is in chat. Wendy, did I or did I not change the ownership on Asher's microchip before Asher even boarded the plane? In fact, I'm pretty sure I can prove that. I'm pretty sure I have screenshots of it. Anyway, I don't have ownership over Asher anymore. Asher was given to Wendy, and the ownership on her chip was changed over to Wendy. And so Wendy has been the legal owner of that dog since October of 2020. You're lying. You're a bad liar. So what happens when Wendy signs into the website where little Asher's chip is registered and shows you otherwise? What happens when I go and I dig up the emails between me and Wendy where I give her the login information for the chip and show her that it's been changed? What are you going to say then? Because that's going to prove that you're lying. that you're a big fat liar who lies. So if you're lying about something as stupid as that, what else are you lying about other than everything? One says, yep, I can sign in today and prove it. I have it all, and it's all in my name. Yep. Now what, ATX, you stupid clown? And I did. I changed that over before I put Asher on the plane. So I had to. She was getting put on a plane. Like, if something had happened to her, you know, she needed to be registered to her owner. Anyway, that was kind of stupid.
In this case,
but that's
possession is 9/10 of the law, and that dog is about 2,500 miles away. That's a story in itself for people that don't know how Sam and some other YouTubers, I won't bring her up because hasn't been out in this. We're fighting over a dog, and then Sam flew it across the United States to one.
We weren't fighting over a dog, but anyway, we're not going to get into that.
One win, you need to come up.
Oh, Nikki P says Mandy and Sin had a different plan to slander Randy's husband. I believe it was about how they got together, but it got found out, so it changed to this plan. Really, Nikki P? Really? Wow.
Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Okay. It is, so that was how the screenshot started that came to me.
Okay.
So Randy was all snuggled.
Girl, I guess what, they just play inside? I seen the message of the roll where so Yaba just dropped bacon off at football and then bad storms rolling in. And we're in this group me chat thing with all the parents and the coaches and everything. And I'm seeing the notification and Yaba puts a message in there that says, is practice still on? It looks like it's getting pretty bad. And then another mom replies and says, I dropped my kid off. Yeah, your eyes covered. You're so funny. Oh, wait, hold on. One said, or Nikki says, One and Randy streamed a few weeks back about it and slapped down proof. One's in chat. She says they tried to say Jim was some sort of, it was disgusting. And of course, they proved nothing, as per usual. That's right, Cat's rule. Someone's weight does not negate the truth they tell.
Ready to watch her talk about the same shit she's talked about, again, our kids.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's right. Mandy was going to take that dog from, whoever it was that had it, the person who stole the dog from me was going to give the dog to Mandy. Mandy was going to steal the dog by proxy. And you know what? The person who stole that dog from me, that was a felony larceny. That would have been a felony larceny charge. 1, if they had been caught in possession of that dog, it would have been felony larceny. And 2, if I had pushed the matter after I got the dog back, because I had all the proof I needed to prove that was felony larceny in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, but I let it go. It's important and bigger than anything on YouTube. Anyhow, anyway about it. Mandy was supposed to travel to the Commonwealth of Kentucky and take that dog. So then she also would have committed felony larceny. Probably a good thing you didn't do that, huh, girl? Then you couldn't sit here in 2024 gloating that you and your husband don't have a criminal record.
Isn't that interesting? She has a shamrock and she is slumping in the sewer. So there's a few new people there that have shown their face. Isaac, I don't have anything against you, but you're in there now. You have Alex, you have Tragic, you have pretty much, and then there's noteworthy people that aren't there.
Right.
They will be there.
Yeah.
And you've seen them pass through. Literally.
One thing in common with most, and Out AK, and even Tragic got
okay, Clancy.
Tragic was one of those people that was coming. Happens a lot with guys that are in this drama community. Isaac's a good example. Build a channel and get a following. Then the thing about if you're a guy doing this drama,
I feel like I need to bop past Sean because I have absolutely no respect for this cuck of a man. He is a grown ass old man. He's a grandpa who's obsessed with women drama on the internet, and I just don't care to hear anything he has to say. So bippity boppity bop. Hold on.
But after a bit,
still talking.
So
still talking.
Tragic. Sam had built to something that believe it to the fort, but accusations in there put out. I didn't care because I didn't have nothing against the guy, and it was live. You just ignore it. They come back doing drama with this. We pulled themselves up about him and went to jail. People found out.
Jesus, he never shuts up, huh?
About stuff about punch.
I scam money. I'm working with
Sam too.
What?
Don't have the same punch that you used to, and that's Sam too. Same thing.
Yeah.
This is another example of just because you say it doesn't make it true, but please continue.
My understanding with Isaac has always been that his main platforms are people who scam money or are racist. Those are his main platforms.
The last person who's qualified to speak on men in this community is Sean Can't Pick a Wife Curly. Exactly. Oh, really? Racist? Well, I guess he's going to have his hands full with old discounted life over there, isn't he?
Which are good. Like those are good mantras to stand for.
And I don't think that we're guilty of either one of them.
No.
You're not? How many times did you have to be told that using the phrase step and fetch was racist before you finally quit using it? I can answer that. More than 20 over the course of almost 4 years before. The only reason they stopped using it, and I'll be shocked if they don't start using it again, but the only reason they stopped using the term step and fetch is because for a brief time, they were aligning with Callie to try to go after us with Callie, and Callie had to tell them to stop saying step and fetch because it was indeed and in fact a racist term. But I did a video on it. I did a video with date and timestamps proving for over how many years they used the term step and fetch, and they had addressed it. They had addressed it several times. Like, people keep saying that it's a racist term, and I don't think it's racist. It's racist. I did a video on it, and it was great. It was a masterpiece. Langley wants to know, why does Mandy always befriend someone that's caught up in some drama? Examples. What was the fake singer's name? Now Sin. There are more, I'm sure. They are dying for someone to include them. That's exactly what it boils down to. Exactly.
But so, and when
we start a petition that allows YouTube community to select his next wife, absolutely. Bridget did an in-depth video as well. Sean's from the most racist county in the country. Yes, he is.
Just doing that. It's like, look, if you got into his like crosshair, so to speak, for maybe some racial over, you really were. I talk shit. Closets, fighting my last hire to, nothing.
In our background, I was a good little girl. Okay, so as far as
shit.
I'm eating there that she has trouble talking. She said trouble that you goes and okay, absolutely nothing.
I mean, there's nothing for us. There's nothing you can find out about us.
There's absolutely nothing. I mean,
step and fetch. I'm gonna make public my step and fetch video.
We don't have anything in our background. I was a good little girl. Okay, so as far as I guess now most of the things go down on these little like Discord hangouts and things like that. What the person told me as far as Randy goes is, how do I get rid of this little, right the second that you go into it, that she has a little bit of trouble being understood when she's in there. What she said, hold on, that it is clear when she's on there that she has trouble talking. There it is. It's hard to understand her, and the friends in her Google Meets and Discord Meets say she gets wasted, then comes in, and you can't understand.
They're talking about Randy.
I'm not there. I don't know. Yeah. So what I find interesting about Randy is, for a very long time, she used to hide the fact that she's really a disgusting person.
Right.
That she really is vindictive and petty and nasty, and that she drinks. She had that for a very long time.
And everybody in her real life.
And now, if nothing else, she is who she is. Yeah. She just does it on the up.
She used to be.
It's Kohl's first ever member deal days. Rewards members have exclusive access to 25% off men's and women's looks, 25% off babies and kids styles, and 25% off home finds. Not a member? Join for free today to unlock these savings.
Able to keep that off the internet, and kind of have a little bit of a
Thank you, Nikki P.
channel. She'd had, and whenever.
Okay. I found the video I did on them using the term step and fetch and all the lies they associated with it. Let's watch. Oh, look, there's Callie. Does anyone know Callie had her baby? I was thinking about that yesterday. I wish her nothing but the best, her and her baby.
Now, you know that you are the one that said that Mandy and Sean used the word step and fetch in 2019.
The fact that in Sam's clips, she claims that the clips of Sean and Mandy referring to Trisha as step and fetch, or both their exes as step and fetch, is from 2020. But out of Sam's very own mouth, she has said that since 2019, Mandy has been saying this. So which one is it?
Now, I could see if they were still using that last year, maybe even yesterday.
We never, yeah, seven.
Just
yeah.
hot step
We never,
and
yeah,
fetch.
seven.
Just
Yeah, for step and fetch.
hot step
We never,
and
yeah,
fetch.
seven.
Just
yeah.
hot step
We never,
and
yeah,
fetch.
seven.
Just
Yeah.
Show the receipt of it.
hot step
We never,
and
yeah,
fetch.
seven.
Just
yeah.
hot step
We never,
and
yeah,
fetch.
seven.
Just
Yeah, for step and fetch.
hot step
We
and
never, yeah,
fetch.
seven.
Just
yeah.
hot step
We
and
never, yeah,
fetch.
seven.
Just
Yeah.
I'm so funny. All right. Thank you for that, Samantha. Back to you guys.
Diane had to go. One Win needed another, partner that she could be sanctimonious with, and Randy was happy to have her. And she came up, and I'm telling you, and I'm sorry, we don't go there, we don't do stuff. Randy can barely keep her eyes open.
Yeah.
Really, it's kind of like, dude.
Yeah, she
Dude, you're a wreck.
Yeah, and I don't think that she
She's
is
not fooling
bothered by
anybody.
that.
No,
anymore.
well, I mean, I just think that they think that they're fooling people.
So one of the things that when she unprivated a bunch of her things, some of them had her husband was the thumbnail and things like that. So let me show you, though. He said that, remember the hotel rooms, what was it, 3 couples, a hotel room, and it was raining. And that's how we started laughing. And that's how we first got to talk to Sin. But this is something that I've had for a while, and I wasn't, too sure. I had to get some clarification on it. But this was the party in the hotel room. What do you notice in the party in the hotel room? Next to the, so primitive. What do you notice next to the cranberry sauce right there? Yeah, it was a bottle of hydros from a UTI that hillbilly wonder had.
Mm-hmm.
So she brought that to the party.
Yeah.
That again, the way you party is the way you party. But don't try to tell everybody that you don't do that, because you do. Ironically enough, it was for your UTI that you got it prescribed. So
what was interesting to me, there's 2 things. You need to keep, if you've got to have that prescribed, that's fine. I mean, everybody.
And this was hubby, and what he was doing was filming his wife and her friend, both extremely intoxicated, doing piggyback rides on the floor. Instead of picking his wife up and making her go to bed, he filmed it.
You mean like your husband had to do for you the entire time your children were growing up, having to pick their drunk mother off the floor and carry them off to bed? Is that why you feel that's what Jim should have done? Randy's a grown-ass woman with grown-ass kids. If she wants to get sloppy down drunk at some party with her and her closest friends and her husband present, she can do that. Now, you, on the other hand, while you were supposed to be raising your 2 youngins, you had no business abusing the alcohol and getting drunk and having to be picked up off the floor and put to bed by your husband, did you? And that's why your daughter hates you. Well, one of the reasons. But
I would think Sean would pick my drunk up and say,
at
we're
some
done.
point, you don't be like, I mean, if you're into some weird shit, that's fine. And some people are, but you best be able, but if you've got pictures floating around that you don't freaking, you start fucking over enough people, they start coming into people's DMs that aren't fucking scared of you.
Right.
And, you know, leave people on, you know what people are starting to say? Because Sin has started like her own channel, right? Isn't she starting to do things?
She is, but she's also very.
Well, it was kind of a rhetorical question. I know she is. And she is, it's becoming noticed that whenever Sin does something or starts to try to do something that it drives Randy fucking insane, where she's got to come on stream and lose her religion. You remember people say that Mandy ATX, whatever it is, makes Sam Telfer just lose her center and just freaking go nuts. They're starting to say the same thing.
Hey, Nikki Nichols 95. Nice to see you as well.
About Sin to Randy. 2 people that were friends, they had a fallout. And now whenever Sin decides to speak or say something or whatever, Randy loses her mind. Just like Sam does when ATX speaks about stuff.
You said when Sin says stuff, right?
Yeah, Sam totally loses her mind. You got that right.
When Sin says stuff, it drives Randy crazy.
Oh, okay.
So Cindy is to Randy what you are to Sam, and that's starting to become apparent to people.
That's exactly. And as far as comparisons go, Sam is Yaba's Nader. You didn't know a lot about Nader.
No, I didn't.
But that is definitely.
I didn't know.
Yep, that's Yaba's Nader.
There's a lot of stuff out there that I don't know. I know the names, but I didn't like that dude.
Yeah, nobody. He was a horrible person.
You could tell he was a shithead.
Yaba's Nader. Is she fucking serious?
From the very first time we saw, we saw him on.
Hey, Fleece. It's good to see you guys. Let me see. Yes,
Exactly, Wendy from Dr. Phil. They're on the couch stuttering, sweating, making up lie after lie, but sure, we're bothered.
Clancy's playing Fallout 4, which is cool. So yeah, that was I mean, you talk about partying like a rock star is when you're bringing moonshine and narcs to the narcotics to the party. Okay, so let me go back to the folder of.
Simply like sanctimonious partners. The truth. One Len is over there. I think that I really don't think that she has a whole lot of real life face to face, like going to Ingles or go to the park.
Absolutely not.
I don't think she has a whole lot of interaction with other human beings.
No.
This platform, being YouTube and being on with Randy, does 2 things. It helps Randy with her channel because Randy isn't
ATX is Trisha's DD. Exactly, Bunny.
very good or very stable by herself.
I think that absolutely the icing on the cake for me is that.
Oh, DP, really? We'll have to look at that probably. Okay, no, I actually watched that. We'll go over that tomorrow though.
Where Randy has ended up is with Telfer, with the Shamrock.
That's right.
Chasing her crumbs.
That's right. When the rest of the freaking YouTube, it's like
you're bothered. You're really bothered, that Randy has a membership on my channel. That really irks you, doesn't it? That's interesting.
The joys of America's open road. It's right here on the main streets and 2-lane back roads. Take a joyride. There's no better place to get lost than Kentucky's bluegrass.
Did you ever read your file? It's a lot.
Well, this isn't my first time in Beverly Hills. God, I missed you, Axel.
freaking scoundrels all end up together. We all kind of came up together, and
well, when you're talking about OGs or whatever, like we've all seen everything. You know what I mean?
Like
like
when people come up together and they act a certain way, and then they go their separate ways and they start doing whatever. The ones that are like on the floor because they don't have the same punch that they used to always end up together at the same bar. They find each other again. It's like. And they're like, dude.
But the people that Sam would never fuck with again, like Randy, like people that she was like, no, they're messy and no good. Yaba said Randy was messy and no good, except she's got pics of poor Jim.
Oh my God.
I have not seen said pictures, but I've heard from two different people that is what Yaba has on Randy. Some dirty pics.
Right. Randy sent dirty pics of her own husband to Yaba. Make that make sense. Your shit don't even make sense.
The other thing is, okay, so we talk about things that we don't care. When we post pictures of whatever, like apparently the picture that you held at the airport that said, welcome to Georgia from when my dad got here, people are like, oh, he's so dumb to do that. He knew what was going to happen. And then they changed it. I didn't even see it. You told me about it.
I was fucking disappointed that that's all they came up with. It was like, dude, you can't do any better than that.
That was pretty, they said I'm stupid or something. Like
it was like something and I said,
you could have been like, you could have said anything. Like I like anything.
Right.
But I like to play with Photoshop too. I marked that part out. So, because assholes go show it around. But this one is my favorite.
Something like that would have been.
Yeah. That right there is
this woman thinks that this is a gotcha, a dunk on me and my wife because she photoshopped a picture of her husband holding a sign that says Sam loves dick. Look at Sean. He's absolutely mortified. He had to hang his head in shame. Doesn't ATX claim she has access to pics, videos of me? She does. She makes the same claim about me. She claims there's some sex tape out there. of me and somebody. I don't fucking know. Which is crazy because that's never been produced either. Now has it?
Is a better Photoshop of it. And it is the God's honest truth right there. That's mainly her other problem.
That's true.
I mean, Sean has a harder time saying it because you kind of sound like a male pig when you say it.
Yeah, he does sound like a male pig when he says it, doesn't he? So why do you continue to sit next to him and allow him to say things that make him sound like a male pig? Go ahead. You say it for him, Mandy. You go right ahead.
I'm here to say Sam ain't gay. And she will be in a much better mood when she heads on over to the weed man and gets her little nookie. And then she comes back all relaxed. And she's like, hey, babe, I'm back. And it's like, so I think y'all can get her worked up.
And just the thing about it when I'm reviewing it, or I'm looking at this stuff and I'm
wah, wah, wah.
Mandy's got to remind me that when you have something like what Yaba that doesn't seem like she's been, hasn't had a lot. So like she can't just go out and do whatever. There's a couple of gals that, profess to be gay, which, there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes as a heterosexual male, it's kind of like, I don't get why they're doing that.
Look at him having to say that he's a heterosexual male. Just last week, or the last time you were live before this, you told everybody that you are a lesbian. You said it out of your own mouth. Okay. You said that you and Yaba are of the same sexual orientation, that you both like women. So therefore, you are acknowledging the fact that Yaba is a lesbian because she likes women. Yes. And then you said out of your own mouth, you are the same sexual orientation and Yaba is a lesbian woman. Homophobic like his mother.
And then I realized when you bring in somebody like Arabia, who is,
you mean BJ, Billy Joe,
is drop dead gorgeous. She is. And I can say that to Mandy.
Yes, please pull up the picture, the Snapchat filter to the high fucking heavens picture of a Billy Joe. She's about to show a picture of Arabia, aka Billy Joe, BJ, using the exact same Snapchat filter that old Beg Linda uses. Look at this shit. Now not all of us, but a lot of you know exactly what Billy Joe BJ looks like because you've seen her on camera. She cammed up on those live streams, right? So we know what she looks like. But here we have Mandy is about to pull up a whole ass Snapchat filter photo picture of BJ. And she's going to try to pass that off as this is what BJ looks like. Look.
I think she's dropped dead gorgeous.
Yeah, it's like, but I can say that as a guy, I'm like, well, what a shame that, Sam had to tell a judge and tell a court that she was in a sexual relationship with Arabia.
And Arabia was mortified that anybody would think for a second that she would be with Samantha. And, she had to be
but
so embarrassed.
Yaba's like, oh, I just told the world that I was with this gorgeous woman.
That is Arabia. Let me tell you something about Arabia. She is Iranian.
She is filtered to high fucking hell right there. That is not what that woman looks like. Hold on. What did they say she is?
With this gorgeous woman.
That is Arabia. Let me tell you something about Arabia. She is Iranian.
She is, Iranian and Puerto Rican. So
that is a fucking lie. That bitch is white and black, heavy on the.
Sign up to be a member if you want free shipping.
White. Ain't nothing else in that girl. Her name's Billy fucking Joe.
She looks like freaking Angelina Jolie.
And the thing is like,
I could look like Angelina Jolie if I used the Snapchat filters.
Hot damn.
And I was with Amanda. I said, but she's gay. And she's like, yeah. And it's like, that's a shame.
And that's why I also think.
Wait a minute. How is BJ gay? She's got 7 fucking kids. Isn't that what you guys say about us? Damn, you have kids. How can they be gay?
When they went and, Sam was trying to say that while they were staying together, they got it on and then they broke up and that. Can you imagine?
And when did I ever say that? Ever? When have I ever said that?
If you sit there going, oh my God. You know what I mean? And the judge is going, well, I don't see it either. You got
what did she say?
The penguin over
here, aka Milli Vanilli. That's not even her name. She can't even tell the truth about it. That bitch can't even tell the truth about her name. And this is not just, everybody uses a different name on YouTube. No. Back in 2020, when she was having her 15 minutes of fame and she was making the rounds on the YouTube live streams telling her lies about me, she literally told people that was her name, that was her legal name, that when she was adopted as a teenager, they changed her name to Arabia, or they changed it back to some shit like that. She's Billy Joe. When she got arrested down in Fort Knox for stealing a car in 2020 at the age of 44 years old, on her arrest record in the state of Kentucky and her little mugshot, it lists her name, Billy fucking Joe. Speaking of which. Let me see. Well, hold on. Let me let them continue.
Didn't Arabia say, I don't like fat
white girls. Yeah. So that would exclude me too.
No, she doesn't. She likes fat black studs. That's what she likes. And that's the truth of it.
I got to be honest. So it's interesting, but yeah, that's what she looks like. And she is a cool chick. She is a hard worker. Let me tell you what, she is a hard worker. She's not like Samantha, who will do anything to get out of working. Yeah. Samantha will steal from her boss. She will do whatever she has to do. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, there was a couple of different things that I had toying around in my thing because I was trying not to. And the other thing is Sam keeps trying to send
there we
comments
go.
Through. They're like novels and it says the same shit.
No, that's not me, but okay. So wait, where are we at? Hold on. 39:31. I want to make sure I come back to this. Hold on. 39:31. Let's tap her back. Wait, look at that. Look at that. That's cute. I love it. Show us Arabia again. Show us that picture. Oh, there she is. Okay, y'all see that? This is who she. This is who she. Hold on. Where'd my screenshot go? Here it is. Hold on. And y'all think I'm lying about what she got arrested for in 2020? Am not. There you go. There's Billy fucking Fulton. Now you tell me that's the same woman that she just held up this picture of. Where am I? I'm going to toggle it back and forth. Oh, wait. Hold on. I done lost it. Here we go. Same woman? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, because I'm done. Hold on. Let me pull up my Photoshop real quick. Hold, please. I just want to put them truly side by side, these images, because I just feel like I wouldn't, be doing my job, if I didn't. So give me 1 second. Hold on. And what does that say? Hardin County, Billy Fulton, the date, July 16th. That was 2020, by the way. Unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, $500 bond. All right, there's that. Oh, a little too big. I want a real sidesy by sidesy here for us all. Where's my other one? You mean to tell me this is you really believe this is the same fucking woman? Look at this shit. All right, hold on. One more screeny, and I'll put it on the screen. All right, there we go. No toggling for us today. We are doing it big and we're doing it right. Here we go. Right. Sean thinks it's a shame this woman is gay. He thinks that's very exotic. That's what the bitch looks like. Look at her. She's all of 5 foot, 5'4", and I kid you not, hand to God, she is at least 280 at 5'4". Anyway, you want to talk about what the fuck I look like? Get out of here. There's your Puerto Rican Iranian goddess. You fucking freak. Oh, hold on. It says I've lost connection to audio, so that's right. I have to stop screen sharing and start again. Anyway, there's your Iranian Puerto Rican queen, Billy fucking Joe. BJ. Get out of my fucking face. Oh, she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. No, that's what the bitch looks like. All right, hold on. Let me stop screen sharing and start fresh because it lost its audio. There we go. Okay, where were we? 39, 31. Let me get back to it. Close enough.
She said it. She said it. She said it. Guys. Don't get so excited.
Yeah, it says I love your receipts, babe. It does it for me. I know it does. I can tell it.
Don't get so excited.
Anyway,
it didn't work the first 2 times.
But what I'm saying is like it's like that. When I posted yesterday midstream, I saw the screenshot. And I was like, look at this bitch. I was like, the irony of her talking about all these other people. I said, the only thing you have proven, you and your wife have proven by
Harmony, yes, she did.
Both camming up, is that both of you have zero right to talk about anybody else's.
Yeah, but says Mandy and her wife need to shut up. I'm putting that one on the board, baby. Jesus, someone's been here for 3 hours. Lord have mercy.
Wait, beyond that, your relationship is also a fucking mess. So when you talk about other people's relationships and you talk about
these two jabronis saying that our relationship is a mess. Yeah. Your wife steals your money from you and lies about it.
Other people's, different things like that. When you do talk about other things in Chantel's weight, you don't have any business talking about that either. Y'all, when is the next social media breakup? And will it be that we're getting divorced? Because
they're really, really hyper focused on that one day in August of last year when me and Yaba posted on Twitter for all of 47 minutes that we had broken up. I mean, how serious could it have been if the breakup, 1, made it on social media, and 2, lasted for all of 47 minutes? We weren't really broke up. And you know what? I'll say this. We've been together for 4 years, okay? And in 4 years' time, one time we said on Twitter for 47 minutes that we were broke up. We were literally back together within an hour. It wasn't a breakup, you dipshit. Pay attention. Keep up.
No counselor would say y'all had any business getting married after breaking up on the internet twice.
Sherrod Brown is working to fix our border crisis, voting with Republicans for the most conservative immigration bill in decades, to block border surges, add 1,500 agents, and strengthen enforcement. Tell Sherrod Brown, keep fighting to protect our border.
Buy direct from the people who made it.
In less than
what are you talking about twice? Show us. They've been saying this. They've been saying that we've broken up twice. Show it. You have never showed any evidence or proof that there's been any even inkling or inclination of a breakup between us, other than one time in August. We said on Twitter we broke up for 40. Do you really think if we really broke up and it was really fucking over that we would have fucking tweeted about it? No, we were both trying to prove a point to the other who could show their ass, who could show more of their ass online than the other. It was just a little spat once in 4 years.
In 4 months.
Yep.
And the tumultuous.
Exactly. Is she for real? She won't even do a Dr. Phil follow-up, and I wonder why.
Way. And then there's those pictures that she posted of the bruising all over her. I don't even show That one, because I don't want to get my shit flagged or whatever. But the one where she was trying to say this is what, like it was, kinky, like, hey Foodie, this is what this looks like or whatever. And then
it wasn't Chantel, it was Amber Lynn, because Amber Lynn had those ridiculous hickeys on her neck and she was opening the blinds and she was like literally positioning the camera to make sure everybody could see it, which by the way, you're the ones who were talking about the hickeys all over my neck back in 2020, not because I posted pictures of them, but when I went live, I guess you could see it. Even though it was like a dark room or whatever, I to this day don't know how you could see that. It was you two who went over the internet posting those pictures of that and trying to imply that, I don't know, that I was being domestically violenced or something. I don't know.
Bruises all over her.
Yeah.
Like rough sex kind of thing.
Yeah, I remember that picture.
Look at her
It
like
wasn't-
rough sex kind of thing. Please don't ever say that again, Mandy.
It's not. I mean, when you look at those, it's like, because
You
if
can't
that
even
was
show
if
him.
that was
Exactly. Meanwhile, Sean can't keep a job due to whoring around with his coworkers, but please tell us more about how everyone else has a bad relationship. Yes, please.
rough sex, half the couples at the club that get into that would look like they got their ass beat at some point.
What the fuck is he talking about? Look at her. She literally has to turn her whole fucking head away from him. She's so embarrassed by her husband.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's not a good,
Look at the chat. Have you guys been keeping an eye on the chat? Literally, it is not moving. Nobody is talking about what they're talking about. The three people in their chat have absolutely nothing to say. They are 41 minutes and 51 seconds into this, and it is crickets in the chat.
Match or whatever. But when she was live, all of a sudden, Yaba wants to make sure that everybody knows that, because they criticize her parenting and her mothering, mainly for having Samantha in the house with her kids. And that's neither here nor there. There is
they. Are you talking about the farms, Amanda Jean?
A very impressionable girl that's there that listens to all of this that they do and witnesses their arguments, and because you can say whatever, you do have arguments. You do. There's no way that the two of you
projection. That is 100% projection. You two are the one acting like absolute idiots.
The way that you act on here, that it doesn't carry over into your house. There's no way.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be, and it's like this for like everybody.
Oh, so is that projection? The way that you act on here carries over into your house? I mean, the way that you lie like a motherfucker and make shit up? That carries over into your house? Yes, we know. We heard all about it from your husband's own mouth when he told us how you stole $300 out of the nightstand and lied about it.
That's in that little soiree together. But especially with something like
Thank you, Sooner Girl.
The YouTube Underground is.
You know what? It honestly, do me and Yaba like have arguments or disagreements? Of course, who doesn't? I mean, that's fucking normal. But our marriage, our relationship, our interaction with each other is really, truly as close to perfect as I think is humanly possible. Like, there is not a bunch of toxicity and drama and yelling and screaming and fighting, because there's no point in that. I don't want that in my life. She doesn't want that in her life. And there's like, if that were the type of relationship we had, there wouldn't be a relationship. You know what I mean? It's not like we're stuck with each other in any way, like it's just not like that. Like if it were a bad relationship, there wouldn't be a relationship. I was in a horrible marriage for over 20 years. And when that finally ended, I swore I would be single for the rest of my life, because there's no way in hell I was ever going to put myself through a bad relationship ever again. And I fucking meant it. And I mean that shit to this day. If this relationship were to be the way that they describe it, there would be no relationship. Sam would be single again. And Yaba feels the same fucking way. We don't get off on toxicity and tension and chaos in our lives. That's you, homegirl. That's you. Very good says, you stayed with a man that you hated for the money. Spare us, Mandy, you wench. Exactly. Very good. And by her own admission, that's right out of her own mouth. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Excellent point. In fact, I'm putting that on the board. I'm putting it on the board. Let me go back and find it. Hold on. There it is. You stayed with a man you hated for the money. Ran that man's finances into the ground. You both ended up bankrupt. Huh. Let that sink in. Wendy says it pisses me off when people talk about Yaba's parenting. She is a phenomenal mother, always puts her children first. She absolutely does, through every step of the way since I've been with her from the very fucking beginning.
It used to be that as, disgusting or as whatever fake or whatever, adjective you want to put on stuff that Yaba was saying. She had enough people that supported her that they could kind of drown out.
Yeah.
But after she cammed up, it's literally all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
of course it is.
And they continue to say that they don't.
All eyes on us at all times. That's nothing new.
That Yaba doesn't care what she looked like, even though the next day she tried to kind of back it back a little bit by going live again. This time when she went live, she was like,
that's true,
in the dark, hiding behind her microphone. You know what I mean? Like leaning back. Someone told her, I guess, that. Leaning back in the dark would be like the best way to do it. Look at her eyes.
Look at it.
I mean, that's how her eyes
This
look.
is how she looked. She looked like she had a mask on, like she was trying to stop the rest of the room from getting COVID or something.
Remember that clip we heard that Alex actually sent it to us, where she was talking about Yaba was saying she can spot an addict a mile away, that if Sam has, smokes a joint with one of her kids, Yaba can say, I see it.
It was nighttime. That's the natural everyday lighting in Yaba's office. She likes the LED light. She likes low light. She doesn't like a bright glaring light like tweakers do.
Okay. And then she would say, you know, that she goes, I've been around them. I can spot it. I guess you can. Have you looked in the mirror, Yaba?
And
because I whatever you're doing.
I think that's part of it. So when the first
listen to this shit, and look, have you noticed the chat has not moved? It is not stuck. The chat is not stuck. Their audience, all 62 people watching this stream last night, are not interested in your bullshit. They're not interested in your gaslighting. They're not interested in this ridiculous ass stories you're making up. Really, truly, you think anyone's gonna believe that Yaba is on drugs because Mandy says so? Did y'all hear this shit? Listen.
Yaba can say, I see it. You've been here. And then she would say, you know, that she goes, I've been around them. I can spot it. I guess you can. Have you looked in the mirror, Yaba? Because whatever you're doing.
I think that's part of it. So when the first part came on and it was like Yaba cammed up and you see all the sound bites that are.
Alina says it is wild to have Mrs. Park say anything about addiction, isn't it?
Out there. She is not talking like she would normally talk with her flow. You could tell that she's real red, looked like she was embarrassed. I wonder if she was just looking at herself and going, man, I can spot an addict a mile away. Yeah. I wonder if she was looking at herself.
Yeah, exactly, Nikki P. We've literally seen clean drug test results on the spot. No notice ones too. Yes, you're right, Nikki P. Thank you for reminding us. Remember when Ron and Clara called CPS out to our house in 2020? Was it 2022 or 2023? I don't remember. 2023, I think. Anyway, and also back in 2018 when Ron sent CPS to the house and Yaba had a drug test on the spot with no notice, no warning both times, and it was clean and we showed the results. But you're seriously gonna sit there and fix your mouth to try to say that Yaba's on drugs? Get out of my face.
It's not. And I'm not saying that she was, because she doesn't look like she's fucked up or anything when she's looking, you know, when she's doing those streams, these last couple where she cammed up. She just looks like she was finally looking at herself in the mirror and looked at what she looks like and went,
and
beyond, this ain't gonna work.
Right. Beyond what she looked like, I would suspect she's living a life right now because of everything that they go through, the legal stuff, the, you know, the
what?
Arguments that they have. No doubt there's always tension in that house. So
no doubt there's always tension in that house. Clearly, everybody can see it. Yeah, I was Sean. I see myself every day. What the fuck are you talking about?
I would imagine Yaba doesn't look in the mirror a whole lot. And beyond her weight, I would imagine she avoids looking at herself quite a bit because she knows that she's no longer the person she was before.
And the disclaimer
so then not only was she having to look at herself and see, you know, what she looked like, she's also looking at herself going, yeah, and this is where I'm at.
And she's basically saying, here I am.
Projection, Mandith. Look at this. You guys don't believe me that the chat's not moving? Look, this has the timestamps of when the messages are put in. 39 minutes, 22 seconds, and not another word was said until 44:17. Nobody buys your bullshit, not even your own chatters.
Yeah. And I am every bit as big, even bigger than the girl that I make fun of.
Right. Yeah, Karen said the nerve of them blocking me for saying that they were wasted. Well, that's the thing. Apparently, if people came in with money, they got to stay. I don't think that's. I think that the fact that Yaba said if you're paying, you can hang. What happens if I can support my family by myself. I
don't watch.
Need anybody else.
But it was interesting.
Yaba says, I mean, she's not wrong. I'm not the same person. I've never had peace like this. That's right, babe. Me neither. We fucking love our life, both of us. We say it all the time. We tell each other all the time how thankful we are for the life we have together, the relationship we have. This is fucking great. Like, seriously, like after the hell both of us went through, you know, for so many years with our kids' dads, we deserve this happiness and we enjoy it and we appreciate it every fucking day. Can you say the same, Mandy? I don't think you can. You want to know why I know you can't? And I know you can't either, Mrs. Mandy, Mrs. Shawneth, because you're both still obsessed with his ex-wife. And we know that for a fact because you run a whole ass YouTube channel showcasing your obsession with his ex-wife and his former life. You're both fucking miserable. And I love that for you.
When Ron came in, when Negs came in.
It wasn't Negs, you dipshit. Life by Ron is not Negs.
I didn't see. I wasn't watching. I heard it though. And she said, no, let Ron stay.
And maybe next time you're just hearing and not seeing, and you think you hear Negs coming into Yaba's chat and super chatting her and being allowed to stay, maybe you should take a minute and pick up your phone and see who the fuck you're really talking about.
Can do.
On my date, he spotted the hairs on my chin, and I really thought that this time was going to be different. A couple of years after my husband passed away, I was on a date with the first guy I kind of liked. And towards the end, he leaned in. I'm thinking he's going to kiss me on the cheek or brush my bangs so he can see my face or something cute like that. But instead, he tried to wipe a hair off my chin because he thought it was loose. I can't describe the embarrassment I felt when he realized that the hair was actually attached. So I went to my friend Amanda to tell her about it, and I asked her straight, does my hairy complexion make me unattractive? And she said that I'm still kind of beautiful if you look past the hairs on my chin. Well, between this date and this revelation, I felt stared at since then. Like everyone is seeing me and judging me only based on some pesky hairs. I really believe that's because of my annoying dark horse hairs. I can't be myself anymore. So I tried everything else I could find: waxing, threading, bleaching, but these were all time-consuming or short-lived solutions for me. So I resorted to shaving every day. I knew it was making the hair grow even faster and thicker than before, but I was out of options. Then I discovered a dermatologist from Miami who created Pluxy. It's a breakthrough device that plucks every single facial hair from its root without damaging the skin. I saw this odd-looking device already help thousands of people like me, and since I could try it risk-free for 90 days, I thought it was worth giving it a chance. I'm happy I did, because not only did it remove my facial hair, but it also stopped it from growing back for almost 4 weeks. When I glided it over my face, I was surprised that I barely felt a thing, even though it plucked every single hair out. And after only the first use, my facial hair just disappeared for an entire month. So if you're like me and you've tried everything to remove facial hair, I highly recommend you give Pluxy a go. With a 90-day money-back guarantee, you have more than enough time to see how well it works. You see, Pluxy's mission is to help as many women like me reclaim their confidence by 2025. So right now, they're giving out a 35% discount to those watching this presentation, and it's selling out fast. Today, you will regain the freedom to go anywhere at any time without being worried about carrying a pair of tweezers with you. So make sure you click the link below, order your facial hair removal right now, and stock up if you can.
That's what she
You
said.
know, and it's like, man,
I'm like, wow.
Wow. That's right. Mandy could never. She stalks Sean's ex. We make family out of hers. That's right.
nothing says is that we have needs. We're not meeting our own needs with our grift by a statement like that.
Right. Right.
You know,
It's a fucking joke, you idiot.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was saying earlier, because there was a couple of things that I had said as far as, showing the rock star pill bottle or whatever. There's lots of, and it's not like it's anything like, oh, I'm going to, put all these out, because they're not pictures that are that serious. They're just pictures of lots of pictures that were taken, that Brandy didn't know about. While
He was talking about Yaba. Your husband was talking about my wife. When did the conversation go back to Randy? It's almost like she just glitched out there. Did you just glitch out? Wasn't he talking about Yaba? And all of a sudden she makes a statement that has absolutely nothing to do with Yaba. She's back to Randy. Y'all ain't talked about Randy in like the last 20 minutes. What happened? Sean, your wife is glitching out, man.
We're out and about. And
but you mean,
like I said, they're pictures that were snapped.
Right.
At that thing.
Look, he's even confused. Look at it with his hand on his head. He's confused. He's like, what is she talking about? How did we get back on Randy? I was talking about Yaba.
We're, so there's nothing going on, inappropriate or whatever. It's just different angles of things. So that's what I'm saying, Randy. You are way more uncomfortable with that than anybody else is. Hey, Donna, it's good to see you.
What's up, Donna? By the way, I do see the PayPal.
Tell me, Wendith. Where's Wendith? Wendith Jean. Tell me that's not the Donna. Tell me that's a whole new different Donna. That's not OG Trisha Hate Train community Donna, is it? Better not be.
When they come in.
Man, her third stroke.
Yes.
Some of y'all, we know that there's a couple that have come in that I guess that they don't like somebody's and they're supporting.
No, that's not the Donna they're talking to.
What we're saying, but I'm not gonna like say the names until because we get it, man. I get it. If we come on here,
I have my phone.
If we come on here and we're saying something, and people that are in the chat don't want these colossal pain in the asses to talk.
And that's why people, when we talk about this, they're going to watch, but some of them may not talk because
they're saying that so they can explain away why their chat is an absolute snooze,
sending them all kinds of stuff.
But that's the beautiful thing about PayPal.
I'm going to read this one from my friend. Okay. If I can get back to it.
I didn't get this. I can't wait. Oh my God! Look, they say right there in the description, they have 1 dog, 3 cats, 21 chickens, and 2 cockatiels.
Anyways, it's something for either take yourselves out or something for the babies, meaning the chickens. And now I can't find it.
Another thing that I thought was interesting, someone was like,
did she just say thank you, Sin? Did Sin send them a PayPal right there while they were live?
I guess Sam was reviewing us and was like $50 for mealworms and blah, 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 blah. And then she looked it up and was like, I guess they do cost that.
They do cost that.
Yep.
Why would we?
I don't remember that. Were you watching? Tell us again how you don't watch.
Make that up, Samantha. We're not the ones stealing from Aspen Dental.
11 pounds of mealworms.
Bitch, I ain't stole from Aspen Dental neither. Don't you think if I had embezzled from a corporation like Aspen Dental, don't you think that I probably would have gotten in trouble for such a thing? Who told you that? Let me guess. BJ.
Look it up.
So yeah.
About $50.
Oh, look at the little yellow roses. I love it.
That Lol Cowpalooza account down there in the chat that just entered, that I believe is the dildo. And I only think that because of the profile picture. They forgot to change the profile picture. The dildo got in big fucking trouble with her husband. That's why you've not seen old what's her name? Monica Pilgrim. You ain't seen Monica Pilgrim since Friday of last week. She didn't look. She had to go use her little sneaky troll account because her husband can't find out she's still on YouTube. I'm on to you, Monica Pilgrim, and I'm going to let Daryl know that you were on the internet just last night under this sock account, Lol Palooza. I'm going to let him know. You know I will.
So, okay. The main reason that the OG people tend to keep picking at each other, part of it is for drama. Part of it is for content. Part of it is for, to keep things from getting too dry. But the other part of it is that we just have some catty bitches in this drama community.
And this is
to include me. To include me.
I mean, I have said, and Mandy and I work pretty hard at supporting ourselves. We're pretty self-sufficient without social media. We don't have to do it. But I think
yeah, I would hope you're self-sufficient without social media. You don't make any money doing this.
one of the other things that I've noticed about a lot of people is they are wherever in their life.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I cannot listen to this man who is obsessed with bitch drama talk about bitch drama that he knows absolutely nothing about. And I've been on here far too long, so I got to get going for today. But don't you worry, I'll be live tomorrow, and we will continue covering Mandith and Sean. And who knows, maybe we'll have Jessica on panel, Sean's ex-wife and the mother of his children, and we'll hear directly from Jessica how she feels about the horrible things that Mandy said about her daughter. We'll see.